Growth therapy.
Should we get started? Can you pass me the wine?
Let's do it, bro.
Right there.
Coffee and wine, I love.
I know. We love it
That's
here.
Back to back,
combination.
2 fisting.
That's a combination for sure. Your coffee looks good too. Like
It was good.
Thank you. It's good quality. Like,
Go
I got
ahead.
the new Nespresso.
Go
My
ahead.
best friend Rhea got it for me for my birthday.
Go ahead, bro.
It's
Shout
like-
out Rhea,
It's
man.
good.
Mm.
She made it for me earlier.
I just like
Nice.
need coffee. Like, I'm one of
Yeah.
those people. And I like,
That's
I
why.
used to buy Starbucks every single day.
Yeah.
And all my money just went to that. And I'm like, I need to like stop doing
We
that.
had to stop in order
Yeah.
to freaking
Do you find that that's like as good though? Like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Because I've
Yeah.
been looking for like to make sure I can save my money. So
I
I'm
would say
buying
an
that.
espresso. I mean, I was going to give you
Okay.
guys one, but then
Like, it's
they
all
acci-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I would say an espresso,
get one.
1000%. I was kind of against it because I was like, I don't know, like, because there is this one cappuccino, like espresso machine that I want, but that's like $600.
Damn.
Like, that's like good quality.
That's that,
like,
that's that one that be,
it's what
be
the
cooking and
restaurants
shit.
use, yeah.
Yeah.
but I'm like, I can't afford that. But
Shoot.
this is like just as good. So
I wouldn't
Right.
say I love coffee enough to do that.
I think, but I guarantee you,
invest.
you
I will make a simple.
when we get it, though, I bet you.
Yeah, but don't
you gonna
spoil
love
me
it.
that way because I don't.
Oh.
I don't want.
That's for us. That's a us
Okay.
spoil. That's not just a you spoil.
Yeah, but I
love
don't
you.
want to encourage an addiction
you-
to that.
That's not an addiction.
to coffee.
Oh.
But I would if it's in that space. I would
Right.
drink it way more than I want to.
We got weed too, so like
Weed and
That's
coffee
that
is
regular.
pretty good.
it's not always the best option for me though, because I get like I'll start like to.
Really?
Yeah.
It helps my ADHD.
Okay, damn.
Like, it helps me like actually focus.
coffee and weed or just coffee?
No, just coffee,
Oh, okay.
not weed.
Got you.
Weed does the opposite. It does not
Shoot.
help my
Yeah,
ADHD
right.
at all.
Man,
It does
that's
not.
worse.
There's some people I think who have ADHD that it helps them, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Me, my chemical balance is like, don't.
Have you tried like all the ones like
Yeah, I've tried.
sativa,
I've tried
hybrid,
everything.
indica?
I
Okay.
tried to be a stoner.
Got you. Have
But,
you tried
like,
shrooms?
What?
Have you tried shrooms yet though?
Yeah, we have shrooms.
Okay. Do you
we took
microdose?
it. We took it the other last weekend, right?
Dang, I want to
Little
like
microdose, yeah. But we're gonna take it this weekend. We're gonna take some
I got you.
shrooms.
Fun.
Okay.
So
Well, shit, I wish we could too, but this damn baby.
I'll babysit the baby one day. And you guys
Oh,
can
yeah,
do
we
it.
got a house too. So.
Okay, should we do introductions? Recording already.
Oh well, shit, yeah, bro.
Welcome to the pod.
Wow.
We do a casual beginning.
Man, this is so cool, man. Hella honored.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
a Valentine's Day special too. I never do
Damn.
Valentine's. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Hi guys, it's
Yay.
me, Stefanie Maegan, your host of Vocal Therapy. And guess the fuck what?
Intro, bro.
We got Amanda
Man.
and Brazz,
What's
the
happening, man?
Brazzels.
That's us, man. Yeah. Look at us, man. The Brazzels, man.
Yay!
Yeah. Cheers
What's
to
going on?
you.
What's going
Steph.
on?
Yeah,
So
man.
excited to
Hell
be
yeah.
here.
I'm so excited right now.
Wow.
And I'm trying to get into character because I feel like I've just been like sweating and just trying to put everything together right now. But
Right, and we've been so low key all day.
Oh my
we've
God.
been so low key.
Man.
But I'm just like excited because we've been trying to avoid talking about it.
Mhm.
Because there's so
all
much
day.
to talk about.
So much to talk about. And I've been they don't even know what's gone. Let me gather my thoughts. Okay, so this is the Valentine's Day special.
Mhm.
And I never do Valentine's Day specials. I did once, like
Yeah.
I think like 2018. It was like me and Rose and our like hoe face. So like that doesn't count.
Shout out Rose, man.
I know.
Shout out Rose.
But I feel like, like shit, I want to celebrate love
Yeah.
because now I'm in love
Come
and
on,
so I
man.
like get it.
Shout out Chris Bebe.
Chris Baby.
Yeah.
But I don't want to make it about me.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, everyone already knows like our love story, but okay, I'm gonna be really honest. I don't really like admire a lot of people's relationships. I know that sounds bitchy,
Nah.
but it's just like, I mean, for instance, my parents' relationship wasn't that great. My parents' remarriages are fine, but I don't really like
Yeah.
look at it as like that great.
Right.
Yeah.
And just like certain people, I don't know. I've never really admired celebrity relationships. Like that's just is whatever to me. But you guys,
Damn.
as soon as I met you, I just like learned a lot about your love, and not even learning, just seeing your love.
Mm.
It's just like it's just beaming. It really is like the most authentic like shit ever.
Man, thanks.
That's hella. Thank you.
I
Thank you.
received that
Hey, man.
compliment.
And I don't
Man.
like I said, I don't really admire.
Wow.
I don't ever go like relationship goals, but like honestly, you guys are
Oh.
like
Thank you.
a really good couple, and
Hey, Papa.
And hi, Rami. Their son is here
A
too.
product
which-
of the love.
Yeah, the product
Hey,
of the
man.
love is here.
Doing all right so far, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Can we say his name? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
It's our business.
Privacy, right.
Yeah.
And so background story. I met you guys through Brian.
Mhm.
So
Right.
Brian, obviously my boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
would be.
Brazz
Shout out, bae.
is literally like you're his soulmate.
That's my dog.
Like,
That's my dog.
You guys are soulmates. Like I love your guys' friendship,
Man.
and I think one of the biggest reasons of like why I fell in love with Brian is because of his relationship with you.
Wow.
Like I think his like his friendship with you and the love that you have for him
Yeah.
even like was so like it was just so refreshing to
Man.
see
Yeah.
that I was like, I mean, that's dope. That just says a lot about
That's
a
cool.
person.
So
you know?
wholesome. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Man.
So
I love
fellow
B,
lovers.
man. I love
Speaking
B.
of, babe, can you close that door over
Close
there?
that door, babe.
Yeah.
Thank you, babe.
Thank you, babe.
Appreciate
Shout
you.
out Chris,
Close
babe.
that door
Good
over
looking
there,
out.
babe.
Good looking out, baby.
I love that voice, man.
Good looking out.
Steph needs a character for that voice, like a character name when that voice comes out. Come on, that babe.
Okay, you need to see me around my best friend
Yo.
Rhea because we do that voice together.
Say,
I don't know
oh my
how we
God.
invented
Oh
that
my
voice,
God.
That's funny.
but that's how we like talk to
That
each
shit is
other.
hilarious, man.
And yeah, so like even her husband like talks like that now.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah,
we're
nah,
like,
I'ma go home.
yeah, go, do
Come
that.
on.
And we just like,
Oh,
I even
yeah.
think their daughter even does it
Oh, I'm
too.
gonna go home.
sometimes.
I'm gonna go home and do that shit for real. Hey, man, that babe.
Like, hey, yeah. So it's like I don't know. It's just like runs in the family. But anyways, enough about me.
I mean, this is your show, though. This is
Yeah,
your show,
I
so
know.
like this, you know.
Yeah, but like I want to celebrate love. It's
Mhm.
Valentine's Day week. I think, you know, like I'm not a big fan of like relationship goals, whatever. Like I
Mhm.
know that like love is unconditional. It should be unconditional, but it's also not perfect.
Right.
Like
yeah.
there's, although you guys are like, you look like the perfect family. You guys are like so cute. Your
Oh,
kid
thank
is
you.
so fucking cute.
Look
like,
at that. Hey, go ahead.
like
go
picture
ahead, Shawty,
perfect,
go ahead,
all
go ahead,
American
baby. Come on, man.
couple. Like, you know what I mean? But then you guys are also really honest and real about like it took a lot
You
to
have
get
to
here.
be. Yeah, man, you gotta be
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
So let's just like, can we just go down? Can we just talk about your entire love story from?
Oh my God.
You wanna do the
literally from
entire
the
thing?
Oh, we got
I wanna do
a
the
decade
entire
in the
thing.
books,
Steph,
baby.
you realize, like, let's see, what's this,
This is
2023?
a special episode.
This is year 11 for us. So, like,
Coming
Yeah.
up
that's
on-
a long time of history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
it's so wild.
Together 11 years, married for, what's this, year
Six, I think.
Yeah?
I think so. Yeah.
No, 7.
Oh,
Because
7.
we
yeah,
married for 7 years
you
now.
got married 2016. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I
Damn.
started the
Man.
podcast in 2016.
Come on,
So
look,
your guys'
hey.
marriage is as long as the show.
Come
That's
on,
fucking-
come
I
on,
mean, what
come on.
month in
we got married May. Yeah.
September?
Okay.
The trajectory
Come
has
on.
been like this. Oh, I kind of
It's
left
all
you.
good.
I
It's
saw
all
you,
good.
and then I was.
No one saw it on camera. Hopefully y'all didn't see it. Man. It's all good.
The tape, it's all good.
This is ass. Huh? No. I love
On
that.
the beat is
love my ass.
Oh, okay.
No,
well,
yeah. Oh, go ahead, baby girl.
but
Come
then
on,
how long were you guys together before you got married?
we met in 2012.
Yes.
Officially
Okay.
started dating in 2013. If you want to make it officially, and then
We met in 2012
Oh,
in like
my
for
bad.
real,
Right.
But
year before, my bad.
we did meet the year before at a
Yeah.
salsa club, danced a little bit,
Mhm.
and then never spoke again.
Never talked
We,
again.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah.
exchange names.
I don't even remember
Wait,
it
numbers.
was-
how did you run into each other at the
It was
salsa?
So
so
our
crazy.
the same friend who introduced us.
We have a
Yeah.
mutual friend.
Mhm.
Yes.
Shout out Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly.
Yeah.
Brazz is her son Eric's godfather,
Yeah,
and I
man.
danced with her in college. So we shared that mutual friend with never meeting each other,
Right.
and it was so crazy. The night we were going to the club, Nelly was telling me about you. She was
Yeah,
like,
that's wild.
she was like, yeah, I
man.
have this friend. I love him so much. I can just sing Disney with him or have real conversations.
Man.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
you
we
do
got
love
to
to
the
sing
club.
Disney songs.
Oh,
God.
Okay, Braz,
Oh,
me and you
man.
are the same, but we'll get to
Come
that
on,
later.
come on.
Don't
Yeah. Oh,
even
no.
start.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh,
It-
you're gonna have to
It'd
rein
be
him
all
in.
day
Oh my
thing.
gosh.
Oh,
No, I
yeah.
am too. I could go on.
I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it.
I sing Disney.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
as she was like, as she was talking about you on the
Uh-huh.
way to the club, you happened to be at the club that night,
And I
which was
almost didn't
super
go.
random
I
because
almost
she
didn't
had
even go.
never,
That's
like
crazy.
she had never told me about you before,
Yeah.
and you happened to be at the club after she told me about you.
And I was sitting in like so the VIP section was like facing the door, so I saw my friend walk in. I was like, oh hey, it's Nell. So I got her from whoever I was with. Went to go talk to.
And she was like, "Oh my god, I was just
yeah.
talking about you."
and I I don't even remember her face. I don't even remember like meeting her. I don't remember like.
Were you drunk?
No.
What the fuck?
It was as if it was as if like the universe knew it wasn't time.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Any
'Cause
memory of her I didn't even have.
Wow.
I was
for
like
meeting her.
recovering from a situation, so that wouldn't have been a
Same.
good moment to
and
meet you.
And I even went in that night after meeting her. I went back to my situation and I had a horrible night. So yeah,
that's just crazy.
yeah.
Like I could have never had any inclination that like that is
Never.
my future.
Never.
Like that person that I don't know
Yeah.
is like gonna be
Is
everything
literally
to
Yeah.
the
me.
father of my child.
Crazy.
That's
Crazy.
fucking
Crazy.
crazy.
So a whole year later, Nelly was like, "Hey, Amanda, do you want to come over for dinner tonight? My friend is gonna be here too." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." And she was like, "Actually, you guys met
You guys
a long
danced
time ago."
together,
We're
yeah.
like, "Oh,
Nah.
yeah."
Even when we shook hands, I didn't recall meeting her the year before.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But,
But then from that night on,
Man, it
we
was
spoke.
and like
We've been together every night
right.
since that night.
You know,
Yeah.
the night was cool. Dinner, you know, like laughed a lot. The friend went to bed around 11 or so.
Mhm.
Then Amanda and I like stayed up talking, like literally just talking.
Yeah, she was like, "Get the fuck out of my room."
Yeah,
she
we
was
was like,
like,
"Alright,
"Go
cool."
home."
Right,
Like
we
we
was- yeah.
turned up, and it was like a
Aw.
school night, right? It was like a
Yeah.
regular
Right.
night, and she's
Right.
like, "All right, go."
And she had
Like,
work
you
the
guys
next.
shouldn't
I
be-
gotta
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
She
like,
had work
she
next
was
morning.
expecting us to like just have dinner and go home.
She
but
had work at like 8 o'clock in the morning the next morning, and we was
we
just.
stayed
I
up
had
all
work at
night
like 3.
talking.
So what did you guys talk about? Like, what was the
Man.
conversations
We
that
tried
like
to
made you?
recall.
We
Like,
talked
I don't know.
about? I'm sure about family, about like.
Yeah.
But I asked her a question that I never like asked any.
I remember
I was
laying on the
interested in.
couch. It's dark in her living room. I'm laying on the couch. There's no lights on, and he's like sitting on the floor with his back to the couch, and he was like, "So, what makes you happy?" And I'm like, "What?" It's such a random thing
so
to
pause.
ask. a
I
random
asked her that question.
person.
I was like, "Negro, you ain't never asked somebody that in your entire life. Like, what do you have?"
Aw.
So
'Cause you were
that's
just generally like you.
that's
just
when I
wanted
was
to,
like,
know.
oh,
This
okay,
random stranger.
this lady must be different, man. So,
Aw.
And it was so wild. Before we got kicked out of Nellie's room, like we were all laughing and turning up. We had like a bottle of wine or
yeah,
something.
it was
And she-
Moscato and peach fizz. I don't
Yeah.
eat this.
Ooh, I love that. That sounds so
but
sweet and
sugary
yummy.
as hell. Like,
Well done.
Sugar
I
is
said,
hell.
I don't even sign me, but you know, I was like, all right, man. You know, but yeah, we got lit though, man.
Yeah, and we have a recording from that
Right.
night where Nellie's just like flying off the handle, and she's
Mhm.
like, "Brazz fell in love with Amanda tonight,"
Aw.
and he was
Drunkenly,
like,
I was
"I
like,
did, I did."
Yeah.
And it ended up being true. Like, and
Right.
that was the first night we ever spent together.
We talked from 11 p.m. till about 7 a.m.
And he didn't try to
Oh.
kiss me. It never
yeah.
got romantic. It was just like
Which
we were
again
just
was different because
bullshitting
you
all
know
night long.
I was just and it was Seth, I swear to you, it was as if like divine like told me like you can't touch her like you can't
Right.
something about her you can't don't taint her. The word was taint that the spirit
Yeah.
used. I swear like for God like it said don't taint her. So I'm like okay, I want to kiss her. I don't want to touch her like.
Yeah.
But so we talked, and I'm like, oh, this is the first time I ever talked to a woman before, like in depth. That's how I knew it was different. So to leave the next morning, we hugged. She went to work, tired as hell.
Yeah,
And I was-
and this fool called out.
And I was no, I didn't call out of work. I was working the next day
Oh.
because I told Brian
Right.
because I didn't work until the evening time. You know, go ahead.
Bless ya.
Blessings.
Blessings upon you.
Bless
Yes.
you.
Allergy life, man.
Yeah.
But went home smitten. Like I was driving home in like a daze of being tired for one because I slept all night.
Right.
11 to 7 we
Right.
talked about what
That's-
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Stayed awake though, Steph. I'm telling you, like that never happened before ever in life.
And then 2 days later, my friend Nellie hit me, text me, and was like, my friend Brazz told me to tell you that if you so happen to have his number, he wouldn't be
Aw.
upset.
So like Chris Bebe, I was I didn't make the first move. Kinda, I did though.
That's a move.
Okay, cool.
That's a half
Okay,
move.
cool.
Half
Okay,
move.
okay,
Half
cool.
move.
Half move thing.
That's like you kind of open the door,
Right,
like
right,
it's here,
right.
but like I'm also no
Right.
pressure. Like I don't want to come on too
I moved-
strong.
I moved the pawn. I didn't move like a knight or like a bishop. You know what I'm saying? You know.
So I
just
got
nice,
it
you know
that
what I'm
night,
saying?
and I waited till the next morning. to
Right,
text
and
you.
then she hit me up on Friday morning. I'll never forget. It was a Friday morning, and at the time, we went by my government name, which y'all ain't gonna know, so don't even ask me. So she was like, "Hi, government name," but like in like a cute way, and I was just like, and I knew right away it was her. I was like, oh dang, this is her. This is
Yeah.
This is
I'm so glad that happened.
yeah.
I remember Brazz told me that you wanted to work the next day.
Yeah,
And you were just fucking like, I found my wife.
I went to Brian. I was like, and
my
Brian, because even Brian knows a past version of me prior to Amanda. So even he was like, what?
Right.
Like, and he knew I was serious because he said I had look on my face, or I look a certain way that he knew it was like serious, and man, I don't even remember anything past that. Like, I met her.
I was gonna ask because like, I mean, as you should, being a young gentleman, like, in college, like you went through a man hoe phase.
Oh, I mean, I tried to.
You tried to?
Tried to, as in I.
Did you get attached easily?
It wasn't that stuff. It was I had a real problem with just taking somebody home and like,
having sex.
Right. Right. Broker therapy. I forgot. Yeah. I wasn't like,
you weren't into like the casual sex.
I wasn't, and I tried to. I tried so hard to be the guy. I tried so hard to like, all right, cool. Tonight I would make a plan. I'm like, all right, cool. Tonight I'm going to said party, to said club. I'm gonna go after somebody. I'm gonna just get drunk. I'm gonna go home.
Right.
I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do the
You're like the single man thing.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna do the
bachelor thing.
The F him and leave him type. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't need him. You know what I'm saying? I don't love him. I text him. You know what I'm saying?
Leave him. You can
Yeah, I know. I be forgetting, man. I know.
And listen, I mean, your kids right there too, so I don't know if you care, but.
And so instead, I would really try and like literally, like we be kissing, and then I'm just kind of like, man.
Yeah,
I can't even get there.
What you finna do? Like, and I would literally, and back then I wasn't a hoe, but I was kind of like rude. So I would literally kiss him and be like, all right, so what you finna do? I would sit up, I grab a joint, like, so I'm about to probably just chill. So you want to just head out, like, cause I knew I wasn't gonna fuck. It's not gonna happen. Right. I want to be the guy, but my heart says I can't. So my heart, my dick be talking.
You couldn't get him to the house. Or if you did get to the house, you're like, damn.
My heart, my dick are homies, man. Like the heart, the dick, and the mind, and mine's like. Possibly heart's like hell no. Dick's like, oh well, nope, no.
And so I feel about my vagina too.
I'm like, man,
my whole face was like unsuccessful. I'm like,
it's crazy.
You're gonna be a slut.
You know what I'm saying? You can do it, dog. Right.
You're gonna be like fucking savage.
Right.
Steph,
You're gonna have numbers. Yeah, man.
Right here, we're gonna build this roster.
Couldn't even do it, bruh.
Couldn't even do it. That's hilarious. Get through Charles. I'm
you know
over
what I'm
here
saying,
crying.
bruh? Right? Yeah, I got daddy issues. Just like, you know what, bruh? My daddy, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I'm like obsessed with one dude,
right.
and they're like, no, like keep your options open. I'm like, ugh.
But like I love to flirt though, so like flirting for me was easy. That because like that to me is like acting. You know what I'm saying? I can.
Yeah, you are a flirt.
I can charm you.
What's your sign again?
Taurus.
Taurus. Okay.
Like I can flirt you, charm you to death. You know what I'm saying? But like not now, of course, my love. No.
We know now.
Do your thing.
Yeah, it's fine.
Actually, no, I was like, what? Actually, I do. Okay, so I do flirt sometimes. It was gonna get us something. So
no, not even then. He just flirts at all times. That's just who he is.
You're just like outgoing.
He's just being charming. He's just being sweet.
It's hard.
That's why women love him. Yeah. Older women love him.
Usually older women. Yeah. Shout out to all you mothers out there. You mamas out there. You love your boy.
Oh my God.
Don't leave your mom around me.
I love my baby.
I'm just kidding.
No, but like you are very like you were like you are a very excited person.
Yeah.
And you're like so nice. So
Thank you.
A lot of people could really
So imagine if you knew me as that, I'm trying to flip that now. I'm trying to be not nice and be hella like nice-sided, hella just chill, like hugging the wall, like all right, cool. I'm looking for prey. Like this ain't even in my mind. Like this ain't even you.
Right.
The angel inside is like, bro, are you for real? I'm like, man, I'm gonna try.
You're like,
yeah, you got it, bro. I'm like,
cool.
you aren't that guy. You aren't that guy.
Yeah.
And so that's why meeting her was refreshing because around that time I remember telling myself like, yo, you are kidding yourself. You aren't that guy. So you need to like stop acting like you're trying to be some whatever player, because that's not you, dog. Like good job for trying, but it ain't you.
Right.
And met her, and I was just kind of like, all right, I'm not gonna rush this, but I would love to see where this goes.
Right.
And damn, here we is.
And then I was in my last year of college, so I knew I wanted to leave like immediately. And I was out of something pretty long term and serious and very wounded. So
wait, how long were you in that relationship?
for 5 years. Yeah. Wow. And it had been under a year at that point. So I was really clear with him. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am not looking for something serious. I like you a lot. We're having a great time hanging out, but I
Right.
also intend to peace out.
I got dreams, dog.
Please do
I'm out of
not
here. Yeah.
feel a type of way.
Right.
Right.
No, that was really what she told me. Like, she's like, yo, I'm going places, and like I don't have time to, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
But
She's like,
of
I wanna live my
course,
life.
like, I don't know how long into it he's like sitting in my car, like, I love you.
ask Brian, show did, bro. Cause like by this
I'm
time
like, bro, no.
I don't know what else I can show you to like not have. And again, at the time I didn't recognize what healing meant and how important it was for somebody to heal
Right.
before they begin something this serious. I thought it was, very shallow thinking. So, I'm giving her everything. I'm being there for her. I'm trying to be the best guy I can be. And then one day she was kind of like, I still don't know. I'm like, how do you not know?
I mean, he was great, but that didn't mean that
How
I
long were
didn't
you guys
have
dating at this point?
So we
couple
met
months?
September
Okay.
2012. We didn't start dating officially until May
of the
2013.
next year.
So in between that time of getting to know / dating, I'm like, man, I don't know what else.
We went back and forth.
Yeah.
With, like, because I
Yeah.
couldn't stop hanging out with him. We
Right.
were having such a good time, and I did really care about him, but also like I was headed in this
You're like,
direction.
wait, I really wanted this for myself. Like,
Right.
why are you
Right.
trying to like?
and
tie me
but
Yeah.
down?
also like
Right.
I wasn't like I was saying the thing, but then I was still entertaining hanging with him and
Right.
being with him,
Yeah.
and so I wasn't being clear with
Well,
all
Was
my
your
actions.
past relationship toxic?
Super
Man.
and
Okay.
abusive.
Mhm.
And so I had just a lot of like hesitation with jumping into anything, quickly. I
Yeah.
didn't want to end back up in that very dangerous place.
Understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely understandable for sure.
Yeah. And you were very
Yeah.
patient with me because I also wasn't telling you why all my red flags were there. So
Right.
yeah, I'm grateful for you. You were patient for sure.
Oh,
Man.
Fast for sure.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, you pursued me the whole time. And I was like, oh, I like you so much.
Yeah.
Brazz, okay, can I just say when we were at your friend's wedding,
Mhm.
and were you the maid of honor?
Yeah.
You made a speech, and
Mhm.
Brazz, the way you were just awing over
Oh
your
man.
wife,
Oh
the
man.
whole crowd wasn't even looking at Amanda. They're looking at you, and looking at her, and
Man,
looking at you, looking at
listen.
her. Like it was the way you're just like, oh yeah, like everything she said. Because I mean, she first off,
Yo,
your speech was
Come
incredible.
on, man. She can
And
talk.
so yeah, and so like the way that you just like admired her, like
Yeah.
everything that she was saying, you were like
Yeah.
taking it in, and like it
Okay,
was,
but that level of support is like on always. Like he
I-
never
that's what I'm
falters
saying, like,
from
I
that.
could never
Oh.
But likewise
that,
though.
like-
Likewise though. Like
I
it's
mean,
not just
I
a one-way
believe,
street.
yeah,
The adoration is real.
No, it's
Gosh.
real. I mean, and again, I think that just goes back to again, very few people know. Brian knows, of course, and I'm sure you know too. But like, very few people know everything that we've been through together. And so I've had a chance to see her from broken to Boston, like what I'm saying, from like beaten down to like beating down others. Not physically, you know what I'm
Right,
saying,
right.
but
Yeah.
killing it. You know what I'm saying. So
Thanks.
it's like seeing her in these environments. I'm like, man, like y'all have no idea who's talking about right now. First off, listen up.
Man,
But
you're
secondly,
so
like,
sweet.
yeah, that's my baby. Like that's someone that I am so proud of and
Right.
everything she's done. You know what I'm saying?
we're
Like
so proud of her, and
I
it's like
am.
so
Oh, for
beautiful
sure.
to like
And
see.
so supportive.
Hell yeah.
And,
Nah.
and every time I tell Amanda, I'm like, oh my god, dude, he like loves you. You're always like,
That's
I'm
my
so
baby.
grateful.
That's
Like
my
she's
baby.
Yeah, I
always
could
like
never
she
take it for
recognizes
granted.
it.
Oh, I
And she's like,
understand.
she knows it's not something that just comes around.
Definitely
all the
not.
time.
Yeah,
Listen.
definitely not.
So
That's my baby, man.
yeah.
You know
So
what
okay.
I'm
So
saying?
after that, so you started dating for a while. She's like, relax, boy.
Yeah, right, really,
I'm
yeah.
trying to do me right
Right,
now.
right,
and,
right.
Yeah.
Like
And
live
I'm-
my single girl. Like I want to travel. I want to do whatever the fuck I want to
Right.
do.
Yeah.
You
And so I
can't tie me
did. So I did.
down.
I was like, all right, cool. So after that day, I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna leave her alone. And I think it was like a few days. Me and my boy went to
Are you stripping?
me and my boy went to L.A. My other best friend went to L.A. And I remember telling him about Amanda because again, he knows too. And I was like, yo, man, like she's playing. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm not gonna be here for long. So when I get back to Fresno, you know what I'm saying, if she wants to talk, we can. If not, it's bad news. When I was in LA with Daryl at the Clippers game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I only faintly remember
And
that
so
story.
I
But
got-
yes.
And so I got back from LA and she came over. And I was just
because I actually wanted you a part of my life.
But that was the first time you
was treading
ever
lightly.
chased me because she doesn't chase.
Yeah.
So for her to come over to my spot unannounced, for one, I'm like, oh hey, and so I was shocked.
It's me.
But I was
audacity.
happy, and that was first time. Oh, actually, that was first time because the second time, whoo boy, that was big. But yeah, I can't wait for that story. No, fuck it. Yeah. So the second time she had the audacity. I was at a concert in Visalia, seeing 2 Chainz. Amanda and I at the time, fast forward now we're dating. So I get back from the concert and I want to see her, but I'm like, I don't have a key for you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I
wanted to do something special for Valentine's Day, so I had made him a gift, and I was like, looking back, I realized this is crazy, but
we all go through our little crazy moments.
I wanted it to be a surprise, so I
no, come here.
Before Valentine's Day, I helped myself to his keys, and I made a copy without.
So I came home from the concert,
announced.
and she said something about
I text him, don't be mad.
Right, yeah. As we're going home, I'm like, what could she have done? But in the back, I'm talking to Steph, in the back of my mind.
Because it started to set in, like, oh my God, we haven't known each other that long. I did enter his place, like, without asking.
She made a key.
But to do like something sweet though, right?
Totally.
But then you start thinking like, wait, is this too much?
Yeah, like, damn, like
What were you gonna do? Okay,
nothing. I just hung some artwork on his wall, and then I got in bed, like, just to wait for him.
She showered and got in bed. Yeah,
I was just like,
with some like lingerie on or something.
No, it wasn't cute at all. Like to go to bed.
Very cute, but but just to get to bed though. Yeah. But no,
because then it started to sink in, like,
this started like overthinking.
So
I was really there making copies of your keys without.
That is kind of crazy, but like cute. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad it worked out because then it's cute. It's cute. Yeah, go ahead.
Or else I got home.
I got home and Steffi, and this is what made me like for real be like, oh yeah, I want her in my life. I walked in, and the house smelled like her shampoo. And that's the first time my house smelled like another woman, and I was just kind of like, I love
like
that.
Aww,
and that's when so I knew she was in bed, and so she was like, don't be mad. I was like, girl, I love you. Like, I'm not mad at all. Like,
we hadn't seen each other.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys who are listening, when you do psycho things, it's not psycho.
I was like, nah, girl.
My intention was to be sweet, but then I was like, oh man, that was audacious. Because
she always said, she was like, you could have gotten mad, and like, I'm like, yeah, I could have, and like, you gotta go.
Or what if you were seeing other people, or just, man.
I feel like if you got mad though, maybe you would have been, I don't know. Like,
not as serious, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Yeah. So, but no.
But he ended up really loving it, and I kept that key until he moved out.
Yeah.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
You should have kept the key forever.
I know. Yeah, I wanted to, man.
And engraved it.
So
our first place.
Our first place.
That was a sanctuary for me. I was going through a really hard time in life, so it was my place that no one knew, because no one knew we were seeing each other. So
because it was against the church. The church couldn't know.
So wait,
she was doing heathen things.
Mentioned. Do you want to? Can we talk about that?
Sure.
Shit, I
like, what was the whole church thing? And
so my family had been attending the church that I grew up in for a really long time, and when I was in college, my family lost their home, and my mom, myself, and my 3 siblings moved into my pastor's home. And they like put us up, and they took care of us, and we had that kind of relationship, and they really took care of us. But also that was at a time where my dad and I's relationship was really ending, and it was really hostile. And I think my pastor
took on the role.
Took on the role of feeling like a father in my life. And although he was like, a positive male figure in my life, it was a bit intrusive to kind of for him to kind of express that he was like playing that role for me. And so at that time, I really did want him to meet Brazz. So I introduced them because I wanted, his opinion. He was really close to me at the time. And his first impression of him wasn't, he he didn't feel confident about Brazz for my life. Granted, he had a perspective of like the environment that I grew up in, the domestic violence, the addiction and whatnot that, you know, my parents experienced. And so Brazz, and considering it's a very conservative environment, and I had served the church for a very long time, and I was serving the youth group. So you had to kind of subscribe to certain things.
Also a small white town.
Also that
doesn't believe in what you believe in, my love.
Right.
I didn't know
Opposite.
that at the time.
Just
So
saying, too.
So when he met Brazz, they went through this whole conversation, and there were a couple of things that stuck out. One, Brazz had beer or would casually have drinks, but like what college student?
2-year-old didn't have beer here and there.
Correct.
Right.
And Steph, like I told him, I was like, yeah, I drink occasionally. I'll have a beer like
it was
now and then.
nothing
Right.
alarming.
Didn't tell him I went out because I did go out, but I was like, I'm like, yeah, no,
But
I have
nothing
a
alarming.
beer every now and then, yeah.
But it triggered a red flag in him that like I would be in an environment where I would be exposed to things that my parents had struggled with addictions with in the past, which would not have been related at all, and it's not. But he considered it a red flag. And another thing was Brazz has a stutter, and he interpreted it as maybe having
lying.
something to hide or having
No,
maybe
it's just as like
Man,
it's the most charming, sweet thing that
Yeah.
he thinks is bigger, and it's really not as noticeable. But
it's just a speech impediment.
so with that, and also
you would think, Steph, huh? But
Right.
you know, no, I'm lying. Though.
and also he knew my ex and might have had some bias. And we hadn't been broken up that long, and he knew how long I had been in that relationship and knew I needed to recover from that. And so I think he was taking it from like, you know, thinking he had my best interest at heart. And so
I
he
say part of it, too, is that I was black.
recommended that because we came on so hot, we just cared about each other so much out the gate that he was like, maybe you spend some time apart, take some time, see if it cools off. And he recommended not speaking for 3 months.
3 months, Steph.
And that was shocking.
Mind you,
I wasn't
after-
expecting to get that feedback
Go ahead,
Yeah.
sorry.
for something that was so healthy for me and
Right.
loving and
It's not like
caring.
you guys were even like fighting all the time
No.
or anything like
No.
that.
No,
like,
it was just brand new, and it was
Right.
like
exciting.
exciting. Yeah, definitely. And
That was my first red flag.
I love that your child is
Right.
sitting there like
Chilling.
Man, shirt off.
just like kicking
That's our
back.
boy,
because I
man.
told you
Right.
once we got into it, he would relax because
Yeah.
he's been on set since day one. So
Yeah.
he knows. He's chill.
But that was my first red flag and first red flag about who she like hangs out with as far as the church, but also the church as a whole. Because if they saw me as a red flag, but saw her ex as like this almighty guy who was like, you know, active in church, and he was like this like
He's
shining star. He was
abusive.
abusive. It's like, oh, how on point is your discernment? You know what I'm saying? Like if you
Right.
think I'm bad, but this guy's
I just
getting
had to
praise,
recognize
you know what
that
I'm saying?
he was going off of the limited information that he had, and he really does. I know he cares about me. I know
Right.
they
It
care
was
about
coming
me.
from a good place, but sometimes
But
the
it
good
was
place
just
isn't that great.
misled. Yeah.
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 So, yeah, we made it through a month of that 3 months
a
before
month
we.
and a half.
Okay.
A month, you know.
Yeah,
that's some
before we
change.
started to like sneak
How
around. Because
Snuck
granted, I
around.
live
Were
with
you,
them.
Brazz?
Oh my God. Ask Brian.
Subliminal
oh my God.
messages on Facebook.
Oh, definitely.
For sure.
Subliminal messages
For
on
sure.
Facebook? What would you
Yellow
put on-
balloon-
What would
yellow-
you put on your Facebook wall?
Yellow balloons.
Yellow balloons?
Because we had an
That's
inside
what- yeah.
thing about that, like representing sunshine or happiness.
And one Valentine, and actually the Valentine's Day, I want to say we couldn't, I'm talking or something like, or
Probably. I don't know.
Right.
It's been so long.
Brian surprised, Brian.
Oh,
she-
yeah. I sent Brian a bouquet of yellow balloons, and he showed up to work
At
with
work.
it, so he
Yeah.
would know it was from.
Well, no, no, you came to work.
Yes, I delivered it to Brian at work.
Gotcha,
He
yeah,
came
I
in to
walked
work
in,
with
yeah,
it.
Gave
yeah,
it to-
yeah,
yeah.
and I was like, damn, that's hella
like-
cool, man.
Pepperoni pizza and pineapple.
Pineapple,
'cause
man, yeah.
We found out early that was our
Yeah.
favorite.
I know a lot of y'all ain't messing with
Yeah,
Frito
I
pizza.
don't really.
Hey, it's all good.
I love it.
Yeah.
We do.
We don't
You know
mess
what I'm
with
saying?
pepperoni
Yeah.
anymore.
No more,
That
but
has
pineapple,
changed,
You know, you're
but-
still bomb though.
Yeah.
That's why we did cheese.
Yeah.
But like
yeah.
I literally would post it like being at the youth group with like pepperoni and pineapple pizza,
Right.
Because he would know that I was like,
And all the homies knew, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, oh,
we're so
yeah.
silly. I was stressed, honestly. Like I
Yeah.
was really under this like submission to this organization, and I had been for a really long time, and so I
Right.
was really stressed about letting them down or
Yeah.
misrepresenting
Letting down the
myself.
church.
Yeah.
So then when you got back together after a month and a half, like
We got trolled by them a bit, but
Yeah.
they have
trolled
since,
by
the
the
church.
church.
because they recognized, because it started to be more apparent that we were no longer
It's just
trying
like
to
none
do
of
this.
it's no one's business.
This
Steph,
is true in retrospect.
It's no
And
one's
t-
fucking
When
We
I
are
was in the middle of
grown,
it was hard
grown.
for me to see that because
Yeah.
I was so
No, but I
committed.
get it. When you are in the middle of it, like these people's opinions matter.
Truly,
You know,
yeah.
like as you get older, I think we all kind of go through that in different ways. Like we care about the people that we love and what they think about your relationship.
Especially because like he was when I was absent of my dad's presence, like that I really
felt like you
wanted
needed
that.
to- yeah.
I wanted it, but yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but also they couldn't understand my family's perspective because our families just had totally different expectations. So some of their expectations of me weren't realistic because that's just not how our family got down. So
Man.
yeah.
living in poverty and not having a lot, like you just don't know the stress and how you navigate that unless you've truly experienced that. So yeah,
Right.
some different things, but. Yeah, and I will say he has retracted those statements and recognized those things in later years and recognizing that you truly
Oh yeah, he apologized.
were
Oh,
a
wow,
good thing
that's
for
so
me
good.
because he recognized.
Yeah, him and his
yeah.
wife did. Yeah. And that was
That's
actually,
good.
but only because we were getting married. I
And
think.
I asked them to officiate our wedding, and they recognized since then that he actually was a wonderful thing for my life. So
Yeah.
Funny.
Funny.
Huh.
But okay,
Damn.
so as a beautiful interracial couple, have you
We
guys
are. I forget me interracial sometimes, bro. Like, God
right?
damn.
Like you
Huh.
don't see color.
Black and white up here.
God.
No.
Oh, no, we see color.
I see
for
color.
sure.
Yeah. No, I
I
see
know, I
color.
was
Yeah.
kidding. That was
Yeah.
Nah, no, you
that was a
good.
joke. I just hope that you
You're
thought it was a
good.
joke.
You're
I was
good.
like, okay. Has that been like ever an issue in your relationship with like with
I don't
each
think-
other, or how other people have viewed you guys? Like, what
don't
was like your
think-
battles with being,
Not up front, because I don't think anybody's ever like approached us or like said anything up front about it.
Mhm.
But you'll see things like online, and people will like jokingly like say things that they kind of like probably mean, like under their breath. But for us, especially like for me, I've cared less and less about the opinion of others. I know what, in the sense of Black people, I know what their concern is
right?
with a Black person dating someone who's a different race, especially someone that's white, is that they're not going to understand the experience. And she doesn't. By no means does she take
Kinda act
credit
like she knows
or
right,
because
yeah.
she doesn't. But
Yeah.
she does what we want America and the world to do, is just acknowledge and
And advocate for
advocate
a shift, a change.
and be changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, because one thing about prior to our son, like, it was the 2020 and all that kind of shit happened, and we were just kind of like, all right, man, like, we saw from both sides who not necessarily changed up, but showed that their true colors. Like, okay, cool, so you really are a bigot, and you really do believe in this versus this. And then so for us, that was a time for us to kind of sit down and be like, all right, like, it's not that I ever had to ask her what her beliefs were, because she always just made it so blatantly clear, like,
Right.
I'm not fucking with that right shit. I'm not fucking with racist. I'm not only am I not fucking with it, but I'm actually in the fight. Like, she was on Facebook going at these small town Christian conservatives, man. Like, because their rhetoric would be, they would use Bible quotes, essentially to back up their belief in
Yeah.
why Trump was chosen or some dumb
Right,
shit.
yeah.
And it's kind of like, man, like, when you take all of the scripture out of it and you look at love, or you look at the fruits of the spirit and just go from the fruits of the spirit, and it's kind of like you can't even take yourself into that by believing in what you believe in, because all you're gonna do is yell back or spew back. Then it was just kind of like, now Amanda, who has a Black husband and a Black family, is now going against this town that used to be her people. Used to be like people
Right.
that she used to call herself being family with and friends with. Now that they're going against her, because all of a sudden, they believe in different things.
Well, granted, like I grew up there and only had that perspective my entire life,
Right.
and then I moved to New York, and we didn't actually finish like the timeline of our
Oh,
of our
right.
journey.
Yeah. 5 years in
But
New
I
York.
will
yeah,
answer
yeah.
your question. I don't think we experienced anything about being in an interracial relationship off top. I think all your friends
The
really
homies, yeah,
accepted me.
yeah.
All my friends accepted you.
Yeah.
And it was never really a thing. I don't think we experienced anything like that until we were in New York and he was working for the Breakfast Club, and there would be more of like a centered conversation around,
Him dating a white woman.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
yeah.
And
The guests that they have awesome times, would like discuss it.
and that
discuss,
was
yeah.
kind of the first time we ever really chatted about those things.
Which around the time too, which was kind of ironic, is that Get Out came out too around that.
Oh my
around-
god!
And that
oh my
kinda-
god! Oh my god!
man,
Oh my god!
man.
And not to mention, you're familiar with the movie.
Oh yeah, I
right?
love
Yeah.
that
Okay,
movie.
so I'm literally inviting him to my grandfather's cabin in the middle of Wisconsin that like does not have cell service. It
Right,
has
so he's like, ah, shit.
yes, it's on point, and we're gonna be out there for several days. He's like texting Brian like, "This is where I'm
This is
gonna
where I'm gonna
be
be
at,
at,
if you don't hear
bruh.
from me." I'm like,
Listen.
are you serious?
Hey,
Are you really feeling scared?
Hey, I'm just,
I think
what I'm
around
saying?
that time, because the race conversation really started
Yeah.
becoming a conversation. I feel like before, like growing up, I mean, racism has always been there, don't get me
Right,
wrong.
right.
But because of like Trump going into office
Yeah.
and just everyone just kind of like being more vocal, it
Yeah,
just
2016 started.
Man,
2016
it
for
was,
sure.
yeah.
Vocal,
Yeah.
publicly and like on social.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I had ever heard of Black Lives Matter. And so like at first I didn't understand the concept, and it took me hearing some of the stories and perspectives for me to understand. Because at first I was like, oh yeah, all lives matter.
Featuring
Right? Like,
I just hear Rob.
You wild,
right? And even you said that when you first heard of the movement, and you're like, wait, why would we center?
Right,
But then we,
right,
came
exactly.
to understand why the
Right.
movement is important.
Mhm.
And so it was in that, and then 2020 like
Definitely,
socked
I
me in
think
the
a lot of
face and
us-
kicked me in the gut,
man,
and
that-
then socked
that
me in
shit
the
was
face
crazy.
again. With clarity, I'm grateful for it. It was devastating to get that. Rami, I gotta talk.
We love
We gotta
Rob.
be quiet. Thank you. 2020 was difficult, but I'm grateful for that clarity, because a year later we would have our son, and so I'm grateful that I'm not having to guess who
Right.
gets it and
Right.
who doesn't get it. Because granted, I'm okay with if there's a learning curve, right, to understanding why this is important, and unlearning some perspectives. But when you're willfully resistant to
Yeah.
unlearning some things is when we have a problem, and we
Right.
will not compromise
Yeah.
having
Right.
space with.
That's the thing. Sorry.
Because I had to learn, but it really was from moving to New York City and meeting new types
Yeah.
of people and
That was real.
getting a fresh perspective. Because you don't know what you don't know. And
Right,
I was
right.
from a place where you only know one type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful for an expanded worldview,
Yeah.
for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Aw. Okay,
Bam.
so then you guys get to New York.
Yeah.
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 He's working for the Breakfast
Okay,
Club.
like a moment before that,
Oh, yeah.
we started dating officially when we were still in California. But granted, I was ready to peace out, so Brazz moves to LA and from Fresno.
Oh yeah, there was. Okay,
Right.
did you move to LA?
No, I was never
yeah.
going to LA, never for a moment. But remember, I'm like, hey, I'm piecing out. So he was like, oh, well, I'll go get a big kid job too.
Oh
and
really?
He
So
moved
is
to
that
LA.
what you did, Brad? So you're like, I'm gonna go move to the big city.
Yes,
move
bro.
to
Yeah,
LA?
first,
We started dating in
yeah.
May. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna invest in this relationship. I do want to be with you. And then he moves to LA. So
In
immediately we
October.
go
And were
to
you
a long
still in
distance.
Fresno?
Yes, I'm still in my
Okay.
last year of college.
Yeah.
So he goes long distance, and I'm like, really? I just told you I was gonna move away. So he goes to LA, and
Hated it.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
immediately.
Talk
Where in
about-
LA did you live?
Van Nuys. But I worked in Glendale.
Okay.
Yeah. Rami.
Let me
Stop,
hold you.
man. Stop.
Let me hold you.
Break time?
And go outside?
Nap time? Where's Brother B?
Yeah, huh? Beach is dipped.
Snuck away.
He's probably with Judy or something. Probably
Snuck
just
away.
like
Snuck away.
Hilarious.
But I think it was 8 months later, and then I pieced out and I went to New York. I was like, okay, I'm just going for a 6-month internship. I'll be back, and then I'll come back to LA.
Mm.
No, they like offered me employment, and I was like, I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
Never.
Yep.
And so
And-
I was like, you got to figure that out.
Yep.
anyways, Continue.
Yes,
bad.
he lives in LA and I moved to New York and then I ended up staying. So I kind of gave him a little
But
like,
I told you I was like, do your little internship, but come back to California so we can start our life together.
and I'm like,
And-
yeah, no.
well, no. So
Because did you love New York?
Yes,
Yeah.
immediately. Well,
Right.
think about it. Like I'm from this tiny town where everyone knows my name, everyone knows my family drama, everyone knows
Right.
all the things, and everyone knows my, my life. And then I'm lost in a sea of faces for the first time ever. It was so liberating and freeing that I wasn't responsible to anyone. I could just like breathe for a second. And I didn't
Right.
realize how oppressive I felt, how oppressed like I felt at
Right.
first. Like, but it was nice to just be free from, I guess, any accountability of anyone like just knowing anything I have going on. And I wasn't
Right.
doing anything crazy.
right,
I was
yeah,
just
living.
I was just working. I was
Man, right,
working.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If what you think of as an intern in the movies, that was me. I really
I'm telling you,
did do the
Walking
thing.
in the rain with like
Like Anne Hathaway
bags
with, like,
over like her
your-
shoes, man.
And my
Like,
boots had holes in them, and it was like raining, and I just had like soaked socks.
Intern
It
days
was
are the
just-
worst. I remember
I was like
interning for,
running with the
like,
coffee in New York City. I was
Man.
doing the thing, like,
so
and like
chic.
that, and then
But
like
also like
the production company like wouldn't pay for my cabs, and so I'm like trying to like carry all of this like event equipment.
fuck those people.
Yikes! Yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah, that was
People treat interns like
Woo!
shit. But that's a
yeah,
whole other episode.
and it was just in the event industry in general is just no one appreciates how much goes into like production.
Oh, nobody.
Yeah, and it was horrible because I'm just like I'll do anything to make it in the city, and I'm having like bosses like spit in my face,
oh,
like
it's crazy.
literal
Oh,
spit.
man. Oh,
Yeah,
oh, I was
my
hot.
yeah,
God.
yeah. New York City taught me a lot.
I got to see said boss too, like in his face when it happened.
It was
like,
crazy.
Like, after it happened, I got to like see him one time.
I was not employed there after that, but yeah, that was just wild.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of toxic work environments.
Horrible.
in
That could be a
LA.
whole
Oh my
moment
God.
for sure.
I talk about no, I'm traumatized. Like there was I used to love the movie Devil Wears Prada.
There you go.
But then when I decided to quit the fashion industry because I worked in PR, like fashion, like styling, all this stuff, and I remember like I got fired and I wanted to watch that movie again and I couldn't because I was just like
Mm.
everything about it just traumatized me
It was
and
triggered, for
and
sure.
reminded me of just like the bullshit that I would have to go through.
Totally.
you know.
Man.
And so like now I'm healed, so I can watch that movie again.
Right.
But it's like it's different now
Yeah,
watching it versus
totally.
when you're young and like excited to be in the industry. You know.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was I fell in love with that and I wanted to pursue not necessarily the place I was at, but I just wanted to continue living there and I told him that. And he came out to visit me. I moved out there in July. He came to visit in September.
Well, I moved you in July.
Right. He was the
Yeah.
only person to fly me to New York. And I had never visited before. I was such a
Aw.
newbie. I didn't know
I
anything.
remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely got taken advantage of with like the cabs
Oh
and all
my
of that.
God.
But
Oh my gosh.
oh god, I was
Lost
just
story.
so lost. I was
I know. I
like,
wouldn't know what to
looking
do
around.
either.
I was lost.
Like I feel like
Yeah.
LA, I'm so spoiled with my car.
yeah,
You know,
right,
like
yeah.
California, we're so spoiled
Yeah.
with our car. Like I'm just.
And I didn't know anyone. I didn't have any friends. I didn't
Yeah.
know anyone out there.
Yeah,
it was
same.
scary. And then it became home. It became home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Crazy how
wild.
that happened.
Because he came out and visited in September and like did the old school, like tried to go into companies and hand them their his resume.
Aw.
This is 2014.
He was so
yeah.
cute. He like showed up like my little boyfriend in
Had
New
a
York. He
suit,
had a little suit on with a little cross
It's crazy
bag.
because I wore this.
Brazzell.
I
but
know.
so-
I have a
but
picture. He's so cute.
Mind you, though, in LA, I worked a night job, so I worked 9 p.m., 6 a.m.
Right. That was
Caught a flight.
miserable.
Night
It was.
Drop it.
So I used to.
He didn't tell me this for
I
like
worked-
months.
I worked for a company called Encompass, and what they did was their master control. Master control is when you do program monitoring. So when you're watching
One
a
of
sh-
those jobs where I don't understand.
so like, but Brian knows because we did MC together.
Yeah.
When you watch a show, and like it goes to like commercial,
Yeah.
or you see like the lower third, like the closed captioning,
Right.
hell, picture audio. That's us. So like it goes through, and then a certain people
Crazy.
like broadcast it.
Yeah.
So we had like a lot of channels. The channels that I had on the overnight was over 40 or 50 different like Playboy channels.
Imagine Brazz being like he's such a sweetie explained earlier.
Just having to watch it.
Having to sit through 40 screens of like hardcore porn.
I'm talking like
overnight job.
And
too.
so to have this, it's funny to be on this show. We'll talk about that too. So any kind of porn you can imagine, I have to like watch and not only watch but monitor the content, monitor the closed captioning, monitor.
Gotta watch it carefully.
Oh, hey, your version of man versus dinosaur, or whatever, is glitching. You need to get the side B copy, or just
right.
or rerouting a different network. But yeah, but it was also kind of cool too, because that was my first.
Oops, sorry guys.
No, you good. That was my first. Oh, it's you. Oh, God.
Oh, what happened? What did Uncle B do? What did you do?
Okay.
He came in here just like crying, running away from you.
Nah, you good. You good.
Oh, you tried to lock him in.
Good try. Good try. Good try.
Oh,
bro,
how was Judy in there with him?
Lord have mercy, bro.
It's like I said, after
That's fine.
at the beginning, he was really excited. He was like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
super-
okay,
and now he's
yeah.
like, all right, let me out.
Yeah.
All right.
Mama?
Yeah.
Mama?
Let's go back out.
No, look at you. That
Yeah.
a couple times.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Lunch right,
And he started crying, and he was like, no.
And he like ran out, just like so traumatized. I was like,
Oh
what did
my
you
gosh.
do?
That's why I was like, Mama, said, you have to be quiet. I was like, we're going to go out, but we have to be quiet.
bruh,
Yeah.
he don't care.
It's cool. It's cool.
So
It's my
anyway,
baby.
that was that job. And then that's actually how I got
Amen. This
to
is, it was important.
my job in New York with a Revolt, because
Okay, don't skip this
Oh,
step.
sorry, go ahead.
I wanted him to come so bad. I'm
Right,
like,
got you,
please.
yes.
Like
Yeah.
we fought all the time. All
Right.
the time because I missed him.
Right.
I'm literally like,
Aw.
it's just because I'm
Right,
upset. Like
right,
I'm just
right.
lonely. And because you work at night and I work during the day and we don't get to talk. Like
9
and I'm
p.m.
a million
Right.
miles away and I haven't seen you in 8 months. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Aw.
upset.
Yeah.
And I'm broke. Like I can't come see
man.
you.
Right.
I said, shit, I'm broke too. And depressed.
Man.
Yeah.
And so that was such a hard time in our relationship,
Yeah.
and yeah, we just had to really commit to communication and like over communicating. Like we would write like love notes of text messages.
Right.
Shut the
We don't
fuck
text like that
up.
anymore, but we
mind you,
used
because
to text like
I work
poetically.
like at nighttime, and it'd be dead at like a lot of the
So you're probably
time.
like,
I'm probably just
"Dear
in there.
Amanda."
Yeah.
Yes.
Like-
Smell of your shampoo in
Yeah,
the
man,
morning
I'm-
after
I'm-
you
Yes,
the
shower.
sap,
Make sure
all
the
This
of
is
it.
what I
crib,
want to wake
yeah.
up
Give it
to
to
every
me.
Look,
morning.
I need all of that.
I'd be look, I was so depressed, man. Like I was one of those like workers who would like go in their car like at lunchtime and like drink. Like I'd have a bottle in the car and I would just go in there and just like drink
Make me
because
so
I was
sad.
and cry because I was like, yo, I hate this. But again,
And also, like, we hadn't, like, really integrated families. Like, my family had gotten to know him a little bit because my family lived near where we went to college, but I didn't get as much opportunity to meet his family because they lived a couple hours away. So we got very serious before I really got to know his family. So it felt like 0 to 1,000 for his
Yeah.
family. So when I'm in New York, we've only been together maybe a year, and I'm like, come be with me. And his family's like, wait, what? Who? Where? Why are you? Why,
Right.
Yeah, 'cause
why
they
are you
didn't-
going to
they
move
didn't
across
really
the country?
Accept your guys' relationship in the beginning. right?
Yeah,
They're very skeptical.
we got off to the wrong.
and I even
foot
like, and
for
I
a
even
while.
like they. It was mostly my mom, and only because
She loves
You
him
take
with
two-
all her
Mama's
soul.
boy?
man,
To a million, yes.
for real.
Are you the only? Wait, how many siblings do you have?
I have it's my sister. So I have it's me, and then I have a sister who's 8 years younger than I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you are the only boy.
Right.
The apple
yeah.
of his mother's eye.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was until this dude came.
Yes.
Now I'm just
And she shows.
a plum.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, we weren't off to a good step, and that posed some challenges in our relationship
While we're in New York, yeah,
as
true.
well.
Yeah.
But she gave her blessing because she saw how miserable he was and how
Yeah.
badly
Right.
he wanted to go. And she was like, if you want to go, babe, you need to go.
Yeah.
And it was really that kind of set him free. And he was like, I'm going to quit then.
Yeah.
And he was on his way to New York without a job.
Right.
He sold everything. He sold his couch.
Wow.
Couch,
He
fridge,
was like,
car.
when he made that decision, he was like, also, he tried to come
Oh
see
yeah,
me.
wait, that's a big deal that he sold his couch because for some reason I heard about
I
this
love
couch and how much
Steph.
you
Couch.
loved
Steph,
this
listen.
couch.
Tell me why he cried when
When
they
the-
drove off.
Really?
They came to get my. I remember they paid me like $250 too, man.
This little
And I
burgundy couch.
remember like they came and got it, and I remember like watching it leave. I was just like, I was like, man, this is
real. They took
this
that
is
fucking couch
like,
I love.
but not even that. Just like knowing, like, man, this girl must be worth it, bro. Because I'm about to like, I'm dipping.
He
And then
sold everything.
my car. I sold my car.
Yeah,
Like.
he was
Your
To, like,
car?
to have some
Yes.
change in my back pocket before I moved to because again I was
right.
moving there with no job. I was
And
like, yo, I'm
then-
gonna
And
do
you're
it.
not gonna get your car,
Right, I mean, it was-
anymore.
And
New
we
car, new
knew
car
it was
for.
going to be over the holidays. He finally texted me and was like, okay, I've made my decision. Like, I'm going to come. And then once he was set on that, because he wanted to come visit me in November and his job told him no. And he was like, what do you mean no?
No,
Like,
so they said you can go, but if you go, you'll be fired. And you
AKA,
won't-
they
yeah,
told him no. Like, so to
Right.
keep your job. So the
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
next month, you had decided you were quitting.
Yeah.
Which leads us to the fact that he would speak to his next
Yeah.
boss
So
through his current job.
one of the
opened the
networks.
What's
Where's
the
Brian?
Ronnie, Ryan, can you control? Can you be the uncle? Are you gonna do this to our kid? Just leave them.
Shit, I
He's
did.
fine. He's durable.
We're either gonna go in the room or you're gonna sit with mommy, okay? It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tell him.
Okay, so come sit.
Okay, sit down.
Thank you.
you gotta come room with me,
Good job,
like
Brian.
that.
or go sit with mommy.
I like that. I like
Ultimatum.
that. Sit down. Sit down.
Brian's
All
gonna be the scary parent.
Hey,
He's like, "Oh,
man, I try to be
fine."
sometimes. But one of the networks that I would talk to in the morning time, so this is around 3 a.m. our time, I would talk to Revolt, who hosted Power 105's one, the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And so I would count them in, like, all right, you guys are coming back and whatever.
So he
So-
told him, my girlfriend lives in New York.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out there. And he goes, call me after work.
Yeah, and so I called him for I called him and he was like, let's just talk. I'm like, okay, cool. I told him like, hey, I'm planning on moving out there. I'm leaving in like a week. No, this was less than that. I'm leaving on Friday because I remember this was December, and he was like, he gave me like a short interview on the phone. He's like, okay, we'll
It was
see
so
you.
casual. And then he
we'll
was
see
like,
you on
boom, you're
Monday.
hired. And
Yeah.
that was 3 days before he was supposed to move
Yeah.
to New York.
Wow.
Then I cried because I had
Called
gone.
me
Yeah.
and was like, I
got a
have a
job.
job.
I have a job, and not only
like,
and
oh
not
my
only
God, it's
do I have a
this-
job, but like I have
This is
a
meant to
dope
be.
ass job, like,
right.
and not even knowing what I signed up for, like until I got there, I was I didn't even because I never watched the show except for at work. Like, okay, so this show is known, I guess. They're known out there in New
Everyone
York.
is
Breakfast Club is a huge
Right.
It's
deal.
a celebrity land.
No big deal.
Yeah.
And it didn't even click until I
And-
got
and
there.
that's- I feel like that time was like the prime. Of
Oh,
honestly,
man.
because Breakfast Club is
Come on.
not,
The
Yeah,
Ray,
what it was.
the
Yeah.
Ray J call, the Birdman,
all that stuff you were there
all
for.
that,
it?
all that.
Yes.
Oh, Birdman was a great day.
He's literally
Oh, man.
texting me about it. as
And
it
mind you, like,
happens.
Brian knew everything prior to it being aired. I'm like, yo,
Right.
bruh, today was there. Yeah, I'll show a video. I'm like, hey, man, this what happened. Like, yeah.
Right, right.
But it was great. It was great.
And
to,
it was, I'm not gonna say the real name, but Sean, I'm not sure. My God, was the one that said right that like, oh, you with the white kind of gave.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
it was
not to like stir
so.
the pot.
Nah, it was it. It's not that it was him. It was the guests that he would have on that were so against it and
And let me
seeing-
was clear.
Was it like Farrakhan?
not necessarily Farrakhan. It was
Umar?
Dr. Umar.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Umar. But then you would you would just see, working there, you got to see a lot of shit behind the scenes. And a lot of shit that I saw behind the scenes that was just like, this is fake. I was like, so people can be bought in the industry. Cause again, like that kind of stuff would be said, like for instance, you're married to a white girl, whatever. But then you would see some shit behind the camera of them letting people onto their show, calling them N-words, or them taking it was a lot of shit.
Like even more fucked up shit.
It shit that like fans weren't gonna see. You knew it wasn't gonna air.
Yeah,
like that.
It was
yeah.
the uncut. You saw
Yeah,
uncut,
right.
raw, like.
Saw like some real
So you're like, I don't have to
Some real,
mind any
like-
of these opinions.
like Jay-Z, this is OJ type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll call Brian, be like, bruh, guess what I saw today? Like, and of course you can't know, you can't say anything, but like Brian knows because he worked in the industry, so he knows about that backdoor
Yeah,
shit. But yeah, anybody can be
Your
bought.
radio.
That's what I learned is that anybody can be bought. Your morals are whatever until they show some money to you.
Oh yeah.
Not towards me, because again, I wasn't in that room.
Back to
But-
our
But
relationship.
yeah,
yeah, so
that
back
was
to the
it.
relationship.
My apologies. Anyway,
Bum,
cut all this out. You're good.
Bum, 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 bum. So it ended up
What was
being that I landed a job 2 blocks from the station, like immediately after. And so
Everything was aligning.
the
like,
entire
Right.
time we were in New York, things
Yeah.
like that. Like
Yeah.
he had to go to school, go to work at like 3 a.m. He had to be there super early for the morning show. So I would commute into work by myself around 8 or 9. But
Man.
my train got off at his station, at his office.
Yeah,
literally in the
my
front
building
door.
was like one of the train
So
stations.
he would have
Yeah.
a break in the show around the time I'm going to work. So he would literally come out, walk me 2 blocks to work, and go back into
and record interviews.
yeah
Yeah.
Wow.
with the celebrities. And
Yeah.
so like I literally could look out my window and like see where he was at. In 8 million people or something like that in New
Bruh.
York City, and like we
She
worked
worked
across
right
the street
here.
from
That's
Like, yeah.
amazing.
I can
In
see
It
her
just
Manhattan.
like worked out.
wild, bruh.
so wild.
Yeah.
And they happened to be the dopest like jobs at that time in our life.
Oh,
It was
man.
just
Yeah,
we're from such small towns, and all of a
Right.
sudden
We're
we're
like,
in
oh my god,
spaces.
we're like in the industry. And
Yeah,
like,
that
we're
are
in
just-
in the big city.
I had
like-
never experienced nothing like that before. And
Yeah.
so we're in the city by ourselves and just having the best freaking time, having experiences that were like no one would believe us if we told them this. Like
Right.
it's so wild. And I'm so grateful for it. Like it was such
Yeah.
an amazing time together. New York City was a chapter, and there's so many mind-blowing moments.
I'm going to New York end of this year for a show. We should go.
Amazing.
Dude, oh,
amazing.
we
we
there.
were there in October.
Oh yeah, we
Like,
going back.
oh.
We're going. Yeah, end
best
of this
believe
year
it.
we're going.
You better believe it. Yeah.
Incredible.
Can't
Ram
wait.
loved it. We took him in October. It made me be
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to come back. I want to come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We lived there for 5 years.
5
And
years.
it flew
Wow.
by. Yeah.
Climb the ladders, did the things, experience. I mean, we
Met the
experienced.
5 years is
people,
a good
did
amount
the
of
things.
time.
Man,
Yeah.
especially the
It
jobs.
became
that we
home.
had.
Like we
Yeah.
had the like places and did the things,
Yeah.
and
Aw.
it became real life.
It was.
We
yeah.
learned a lot about ourselves and our relationship during that time too. Like
Right.
we had some things to learn and some growing up to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I
then
love
we-
that. Now it makes me want to go to New York.
I'm telling you.
Oh my
I've
god.
been
Do
such
it.
an LA
Do
bitch for so long. I conquered LA. Let me tell
Come on,
you.
Yeah.
come on. Hey, go-
LA was
do
my
New York.
stop. I mean, born and raised. Hello,
Yeah.
but like in my 20s was when I really like just fucking.
No, that
lived
was me when I moved to the city, and
Yeah.
experiencing all these things I'd never experienced before, like
Yeah.
was wild. And then to have him out there and like keep me safe and go through all these experiences together was wild.
It was dope.
I
man.
had never
Yeah.
lived like that.
Yeah.
and
So what made you guys move back?
Family.
exhaustion.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
It's-
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I feel like
lot.
a lot of times people go to New York, they live there for about like 5
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
10 years.
We
and they come
committed to
back.
the journey, but
Yeah.
then we realized we were no longer interested in climbing this kind of like corporate ladder,
Right.
and wanted to reinvest like our skills somewhere a little bit more locally. And we were just homesick. Like we wanted to come home and integrate with family a little bit. And we had intention to come back for a year and then peace out. But as life would have it,
Yeah.
and as the pandemic would have
Oh,
it,
yeah, the
and
Oh,
as
yeah.
like
you're like, oh, yeah,
civil
let's have a
war,
fun- let's have a
social,
kid.
civil
Yeah.
rights would
Right.
have it kept us close,
Right.
which in retrospect, I'm really
So wait,
grateful for.
when in all of that did you guys get married? Did you get married when you were still living in New York?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
eloped.
eloped.
Yeah, we eloped. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
some
You
context.
eloped?
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
bruh,
Oh
in-
yeah.
Yeah, that's so romantic. I
In
love
Central
those
Park. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
so
Central Park, yeah.
as some context, this was a really challenging time in our relationship because it had gotten at an all-time high with his mom.
Yeah.
We were just
those
not
two.
getting along,
Yeah.
and it was making him so sad that I was like, man, it got to a point where like I don't want to be the person to make you choose between you and your mother.
Right.
But she's really disrespecting you, and I can't be what's causing you to feel like this every day. Because you were so distraught, and it was bothering you so much. It was really painful to see that it got that bad. It got really bad.
Like, did you guys like with his mom ever like actually get really like intense and fighting? Or not like obviously hitting each other.
They would
but,
scream
like,
at each other,
scream at
but
each other.
we lived across the country, right? They
Okay,
live in
yeah.
California, so they would just box and they verbally, and they didn't have that kind of relationship. So I know it was killing her too, because that's her baby, and she was just.
right.
We were just so misunderstood, and
Okay, honestly, you guys are such great people. Like, what were they misunderstood about?
They didn't know me. They
Yeah,
literally didn't know me.
that
It
was
was
it.
literally
Yeah.
that. And so
and just her love for me, and then her love for
Wanting
me, and then
Because
that.
it was like you guys got together pretty quickly and like moved to different cities, and never really had the opportunity to like.
Like, bring
and
her
we were
home.
so serious about each other, but it was very alarming to them because they
Right.
didn't really have insight on
Yeah, I
the
guess
journey.
Brian still hasn't even met my dad.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
And like
It's
every
wild.
single time, like when I went to LA last time or when I went to Michigan, my dad's like, "Where's Brian?"
There
like
you
he's
go.
like looking for him, but I'm
Mhm.
like, it's just like it's so hard when everyone lives in different area codes.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's just
And
like,
we just never reconciled from
you
that.
got
And we're like
responsibilities.
5
It's-
years
yeah.
in and we still don't really know each other. So
That's tough, I guess.
it was really
I
tough.
also like to be mad. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a mother. so I
Yeah,
guess-
right.
Yeah,
And
like-
it turns out me and Moke are like literally the same person. Like
I was gonna
we're-
say because I feel like
oof.
like they always say you attract what like women always attract someone like their father, and even like men will try to get someone that's like their mom,
Which is true for us in some ways. Like
and the dynamic is you like just how you explained like how your mom was always like kind of like the stricter one, like she kind of just seems like very like strong
The boss.
personality,
Yeah.
boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Amanda, like
The
I
boss.
mean, like obviously his relationship with mom is like different, but in a sense like you have this personality that's very like matter of fact.
it's very
Like-
similar to hers, yes.
Yeah.
And now we can laugh about it because we're very close now. But
Yeah.
like we reflect on the first half of our decade of knowing each other, and it was not good. It was not good at all.
yeah, because if your son now did that, I'm sure you'd put you like, who the hell?
Bro,
What?
Are you
right,
just
like-
living it
Right.
like in
But
across
then,
the country?
yeah.
you're
Mo
obsessed
tells
with her?
me now, she's
Who
like,
is
just
she?
wait. Just wait. You'll know
Just
what I
wait.
went through.
You're-
Just wait.
Man.
Oh
Like,
my
that's
God.
the thing of it. Like, if he, I would ask Tita Steph, I'd
Right.
be like, who the
Excuse you?
Who is
What?
she?
Yeah.
You haven't brought her home?
No, and like Brazz is trying to commit his like life to me now, and she's like freaking out. And granted,
Right.
she had reasons for fear for past relationships and such.
Were you someone that used to like pick the wrong ones maybe before? Like, did you have
It
a
wasn't-
track
it
record
wasn't
of just
that-
like
no,
going for like
oh, here it is.
really?
I sorry, I blamed you.
Sorry, you're doing past. You're doing
nah,
bad things
you're
right
good.
now.
No, like there was like one young lady I thought like was the one, but like I so conscious like
he had
knew.
a bump in the road with
then-
a relationship,
and
and
then
it
prior-
traumatized
yeah.
his mother. So all she could see was
but not her
danger
though.
ahead.
So I had
Were
I
you
had
like heartbroken or something? She
nah.
said-
So I had one serious one. And then prior to Amanda, I had one that like was completely out of like my spectrum of like women.
I think it's scared as
yeah.
well.
Hold on. Sorry.
So I came
Come
right
here.
after that relationship, and she was probably just like, "No, he's
Yeah.
he's not thinking clearly."
Right.
Right.
So
Scary.
literally, it.
Mommy?
Yeah,
Yes,
Papa,
please.
come on.
Come here. Thank you. So it
sit
came
down,
to
sit
a
down,
point
He
where
listens though.
Thank
for
you.
sure, if you're
Yeah.
stern with him.
Yeah.
It
Thank you.
came
Have a seat.
to a point where I'm like, we're not good. You guys aren't good. This is not working. And he went to work that morning, and I remember it was a Wednesday. I got on the train coming to work, and I was just feeling so sad because we were all so miserable, and they weren't talking. And I got off the train to like have him walk me to work like he normally does.
Yeah.
And I got off the train, and he came out of his office, and he was like, "Do you want to go get married?" And I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, man.
No ring, no anything. He was like, "Do you want to go get married?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so instead of walking to the left to work, we walked to the right to the courthouse. And
Signs, paperwork was like, and then
and it turns out that the secretary, like front desk person at his job, who was like close to him, a mentor per se.
Yeah.
She was ordained, so she came with us to Central Park and like
Stop. That is so
Yeah.
cute.
yeah, so she officiated.
Oh my gosh.
Mama, Miss Anita, officiated our impromptu wedding
I love that.
in Central Park,
Thank
which
you.
it was in front of a waterfall that no longer exists called the Ravine.
My love.
Crazy.
Your son is bugging me.
Come here. Okay, come over here.
Parent break.
Come over here.
Baby
Okay,
break.
Thank you. Okay, great.
You want to hang out with Tita Steph? No.
So yeah, it was very romantic. It was very
That is
shocking.
so romantic.
Okay,
Like you're in
so-
the big city with the love of your life. He's
Right.
like, let's
Come
get
marry
married.
me. Yeah, which it was like that. And it was, I wore just like a blue summer dress, like a regular dress. He had some shorts on, like some gray shorts. It's like the middle of May. We're like sweating
Did you
our
have,
balls
do you have
off. It was so
pictures from
hot.
that day?
Actually, I think we do. Yeah.
Yeah, our roommate met us and was our witness. Okay, I'll put your shoes on. But yeah, my
Bruh.
roommate met us and she was there. They brought us a bottle of champagne. We went to Soul Food after.
Yeah, it was
We went
awesome.
and had some
Yeah.
fried chicken.
Jacob
Oh
Pickles.
We're married now.
gosh,
Yeah.
Go eat some chicken.
That is so exciting.
Yeah, and then it was crazy because that weekend, Brazz
Brian, you
was
want to
like,
go get married? Just kidding.
Brazz like texts his mom like thinking about you, and she's like, "Why? Do you have something to tell me?" Like,
she knew her
she knew.
instincts.
She
Oh my
knew
God.
immediately.
Oh my God.
It
And
was
what
crazy.
did she
She
say?
knew immediately.
She knew. Yeah, she knew.
She knew
like,
immediately.
Yeah, we were married.
And what did she say?
She was just like,
Do
I
you
don't
have
know.
something to tell me?
Yeah, and I was
How
just
did
like,
she know?
Steph, I have no idea. Till this day, I have no idea because we didn't tell anybody.
I posted a picture of us in
Nah,
Central
nope,
Park,
nope,
but
nope,
it wasn't.
Nope. Sorry.
It wasn't anything obvious,
Oh.
right? It was like us living in New York and we're in Central Park.
Right.
But yeah, she knew. That was the day we got married. She literally. And then she calls him and she goes, "Are you married?"
Okay.
And right? That's what
How would
asked
she
me.
know?
I don't know.
Did she follow it? Like, I don't know.
No,
Like,
she.
I don't know.
wouldn't- Yeah.
I posted that picture. I'm thinking that's the only thing. Like maybe her girlfriends were like, Amanda posted a picture. They're looking real cute. I bet you they went and got me. I don't know. Put something in her mind or I don't know. But she asked us and we said yes. And then we were out and about. We were at like TJ Maxx or something. She
Yeah.
followed up
Damn,
and
yeah,
called
that's
me.
exactly where we were. That's crazy.
Thanks, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you.
She followed up and she said, "Amanda, I just want to let you know that I take full responsibility for everything that I have done to make our relationship difficult. And from this moment on, I honor that you are my son's wife and you will be treated like nothing other than my daughter." And that is exactly true from this day forward. Granted, like it was a learning curve to build
Right.
the relationship, but she accepted me fully from it was like a switch. It was, she went
She's
from
like,
like,
you have my
no,
last
no, no,
name. We
to
have the
like,
same last name.
you are my, yeah,
Sweetie,
you're my daughter.
Sorry, I can't do it.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I wanted to finish that story.
you're
Yeah.
right.
That's how we got married.
Aw.
Yeah, I'll be asleep.
We could wrap it up. It is getting late too, so we are at an hour.
Well, I'm sure a half hour of that.
16.
Half hour of that isn't fucking around, so I don't even know.
So-
It's in concept.
I mean, this
We
is
rabbit
great. We
trailed
talked
about
about a
things
lot of
that-
things. I mean, we
Okay.
talked about like New York, which I feel like was such a big chunk of like
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
guys' relationship
Yeah.
and like getting married. I know eventually you guys had a wedding.
Yeah.
How soon after like the actual like elopement did you
1
have
year.
that wedding? A year.
1 year, and then
year.
we did the honeymoon a year after
Yeah.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did the elopement, the Central Park, the actual wedding, and then
And then the honeymoon
Honeymoon.
after that, yeah.
St. Lucia.
And then we moved
was awesome.
home. St. Lucia was freaking awesome.
Man.
And then we moved home, and then we had a baby in secret.
Boom.
And that's when I met you guys.
And we still don't show his
So I met
face.
you when you were pregnant with Aram.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was during
Crazy.
quarantine, so almost
Yeah.
no one saw me, and I just grew
You know.
a huge human and gained 100 pounds.
You were
In secret.
pregnant as fuck.
Man,
Super swollen,
hella.
swollen
Yeah.
town, USA. Yeah.
Like
And the only way people knew is because they saw her
I
on
just-
Super
In
Bowl
person.
Sunday.
Oh yes, we did a
Super Bowl
commercial that I
Sunday,
didn't
yeah.
realize was going to be on TV,
Yep.
and I was very
was
pregnant.
like
It was,
Super-
a
it
pizza
was Super
commercial.
Bowl.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't know it was a Super Bowl commercial.
was,
Which is like the
Uh,
biggest time
right,
to ever
Yes,
be on a
right.
people are
commercial.
literally texting me like, "Oh my god,
Are you
Yeah.
pregnant?
are you
Yeah.
pregnant?" And I'm like, "What?
How
did
are you
it?"
knowing? And they
How
all
did
send
it-
screenshots. I was like, oh shit. Yeah.
They were like, "Yeah, you're on TV." I'm like, "Damn, I had
Damn.
no idea." It was a local pizzeria. I did not
Right.
think it was gonna
Me and
be-
Ed, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
like maybe a
Yeah,
YouTuber
yeah.
social media ad or something.
Right, but
no.
it had to be the
Man.
biggest.
Man.
And I'm huge. Like my belly is out here. I'm 9 months
Yeah, she
pregnant.
were
can't. Yeah,
so
she can
So
hide
pregnant.
that.
swollen.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about dabbing ranch on several slices of pizza. Hella fat.
Hilarious.
Hella fat. So yeah, it was.
Oh my
but that set off
God.
like the rest of our, being in commercials.
Yeah,
life.
right. And
Because
now
Ram has been
all
in
three of
several
us are
since
now,
then.
yeah.
So with the same production agency, so they kind of have footage from like the inside to
Yeah.
him
to
running
now being
around
like
on him.
a-
Yeah, it's
Hi,
so wild.
are you a kid actor?
Yeah. So yeah, man.
That boy just
Even though
busy.
even though we're blurring him, so
Ha,
anyone watching on
hilarious.
YouTube, it's like they're
I wanna
looking at
see
this
his
blob
face.
right here.
He's
They're like,
so
he's
cute,
a
by
child
the way.
actor, but like, why are you censoring
He's
his
Man.
face?
So cute. He's so
Yeah.
cute.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, well, I guess y'all should know. We just chose not to show his face just because people are weird and
We had that conversation. Actually, you were the one that initiated it because I'm a bit of a poser, so I wanted to like capture every moment, which I have. His life is documented every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But he was like, you can't really control people's intentions online, and we don't really have the ability to get his consent. And I was like, I guess that is true. Like,
And
he's a
people,
human, an individual that
Right.
should be able to consent. So I'm like, okay, so we don't typically share his face online just yet, although we have done a couple of commercial projects, so he is on TV. But
Yeah.
in general, social media, I don't.
This kid is eating microphone stands.
All in all,
Brazz is over here stressed.
Oh my
this is the
God,
difference
man.
between us.
It's
Okay,
crazy.
this is my
You see how chill she is?
anxiety-ridden
You see how chill
husband,
she is, bro?
and this
Literally,
is me chill.
Brian-
Brian
heart
is
is
the
in
same
my throat
way,
right now,
anxiety
bruh.
ridden. I'm always just like, it's okay. We
I'm
can
chill
just-
at all time.
Man.
I'm literally like, we will figure it out. at
Brian
all.
offered-
That's how I am
Man.
too.
I'm like, I'm not tripping.
Like,
I'm
I mean, I
not
have
tripping.
my own set of anxieties for other things, but as far as like Brian, sometimes it's just like just so like on
Bruh.
edge,
And that's
I have to remind him to like relax.
Our relationship is like that. Like, he'll be like, let's be on time, and I'm like, we're fine if we're a couple minutes late.
No,
like
Yeah.
no one, people are still
no.
arriving.
On
Like,
time is
Yeah.
early.
so we've had to get to know each other in that way because we've caused some.
Yeah.
There's been some things that we've
Yeah,
had
he
to work
doesn't. I mean,
through.
I'm pretty good at being punctual, but like I'm still a little lenient. Like again, life happens. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like we'll get there when we get there. But
Right.
Brian like freaks out. Like
Yeah,
Brian
him
has
too.
to be
And if like
early.
if we skew from the plan at all, and I'm just like,
Yes.
let's do. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, when you
He
skew
gets
from the
thrown
There's a
off.
plan
plan.
a little
We
bit,
have a plan.
His energy is thrown.
Yeah.
So now I'm
Wow.
like, okay, get home. Don't stress. Don't stress.
You know
the
what?
husband.
Never. Here's a hot tip for anyone who ever hangs out with Brian ever. Don't put Brian in a Walmart. You don't want to experience Brian
Nah.
in a Walmart.
I've never seen Brian before in a Walmart.
Don't put
man. It's
Brian in a
bad.
Walmart if you
It's
Are you
bad
just
don't
like
want
news.
to.
overly stimulated?
It's
Are you
just anxiety inducing for him
Um,
because the
Like people or what?
yeah, the people. I just
People are the worst, and then the employees are just like
miserable.
Just ghetto as hell.
Yeah, and they
yeah.
so the service is terrible.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just clutter everywhere.
Snowball.
Man, right.
Snowball.
yeah, he
Spill,
like
the spills and shit. Yeah.
I remember like I had to like kind of question my like relationship when we went to Walmart one time because I was like I've never
Oh
seen
damn!
him.
Oh wow!
Never
Have a
seen him
meltdown?
So like yeah, he was just. And then another time he was like, "Oh yeah, let's stop by Walmart real quick," and I was like, "Why?"
Yeah.
because I'm like, "You fucking hate that
Don't
place."
do
Why
it
you
to
wanna go to Walmart,
yourself.
bro?
And he's like, "What do you mean? Like that was already in the plans. Like why would you question?" I was like, "Because like you hate Walmart.
Man,
Like,
don't
why
do it
would
to
you
yourself.
that to
Be real.
yourself?
Don't do it to
Go
me after you
Target.
do to you.
Target, you
Man.
don't feel this way at
Target.
Target.
Right,
That's why we
right,
gotta
right.
go to Target.
We've had plenty of moments where we've had to like
Oh
get
my
on the
God.
same page because like I just don't understand what that feels like. So I'm just like when something
Right.
frustrating happens, I typically am able to move on pretty quickly.
Yeah,
and
same.
his will linger.
Yeah,
and he's
they're kind of the
still
same
thrown.
in that sense for
Yeah,
sure. And I feel
yeah.
like we are the ones that have to like tell them that like
You're good.
Like,
You're okay.
like this show.
like,
I-
It's not
I-
personal.
Be okay.
He'd
I
be driving
wanna
down the
look.
street pissed that someone
right,
like
he's still
cut him
he
off
holds-
10
holds
minutes ago.
on. I'm
You
like,
feel me, bro?
you could-
Thank you, dog.
I
Thank
ignore.
you.
I'm over it
I'm
Shout
immediately.
out, brother
yeah,
B.
I'm like, it's fine. Like, I don't want that to ruin my day. And I remind him that, like, don't let it ruin
Man.
your day. Like, we could just, it happened. It
No,
happened.
F him.
Or like if we're fighting, if we ever get into like an argument, like we know that like I need a moment because I don't want to say it.
Oh my God, Minna, me and you, stop.
Like before I say some things that I don't mean,
Let's
and
fix
let's
gonna
it
be
now.
quiet. Let me
upset.
walk away.
Let me chill.
Let me relax.
But
Let's
Brad
fix
is
it
like,
now.
do not walk away
Where are you
from
going?
me
Walk away.
when I'm talking to you. And
I
we
feel
had to learn that
disrespected.
lesson.
Oh my God, no, literally.
Hey, bro.
Literally,
Hey, man.
Amanda?
Hey, man.
Your,
Yeah.
husband, your husband was on the phone. Brian said something to me. I gave him an attitude. And I remember Brazz was like,
I remember.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I was like, all right, y'all.
I gotta go.
Love y'all.
Oh my God.
Got
yeah.
to go. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
got to
familiar.
go.
But then after that, I realized, okay, I'm not well. Let me just go to my room, my office,
Yeah.
and just like, you know. And then, but he took it as like I was being avoidant
Oh, yeah.
and being like, you just don't care and give me this
I'm
attitude.
like,
Right.
no,
Like,
I'm
no,
just,
because I'm gonna go even
so
fucking
pissed.
crazier.
You're not gonna want to
Yes.
receive what you have coming.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I'm not even scared.
this is for your well-being.
Bring
I'm
it
being
on.
mature
Nah,
and
I'm
grown
just
right
kidding,
now,
yeah.
No.
like trying to catch my breath before I give
Nah.
it to you.
Yes,
You right.
because
Be a psycho.
once it's unleashed,
You're gonna
it's
hold that
not
against me
gonna
for
be
the rest
good.
of my life,
And that moment, we learned quickly because
Yeah.
I was like,
Hey,
he
don't
was
do
making
it.
me feel boxed in. So then I started
Come
to
here.
like try and shove around him, and we ended up at the top of a staircase, and we're like yelling, and I'm just trying to get past him. He says I pushed him. I
And
did not
she pushed me
this
down the
fool
stairs.
Down the
Brian,
stairs.
you remember, bro? I called you,
No.
bro.
What,
I
you
called you.
pushed him down?
No.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Me, do I look
yeah.
like someone else?
No, you wouldn't.
She pushed me down the stairs. Hey, bro.
No,
Can you
no,
stop?
no. I was trying to shove around him. I needed.
Oh, 'cause he was probably trying to box you in.
I need
Yeah.
to walk. I need some space, and he wouldn't give me that space, and so we toppled.
Yeah, I hate that. When I need that space, like give it to me because I will unleash a
Man.
psycho
Yeah.
that I don't want. That I don't want.
And
to
it did.
unleash.
It did.
It
Yeah.
unleashed the stair pusher. That's crazy, bro.
Did you die? No.
Also, so you admit
No,
that I
I'm
was pushed down the stairs,
I
bro.
admit that you fell down the
Nah,
stairs.
bro. Hey,
and
listen.
we're not
listen,
injured.
Listen.
It's
We
all
made
right.
up the
Everyone's
next
okay.
morning,
Yeah.
but
No,
we had.
we made up that night.
Okay,
Yeah,
but we
had a
didn't
bar.
have like a conversation.
Oh,
We didn't
okay.
talk it through
Oh, right,
why
right,
that
right,
went
right.
like really
Don't-
heavy. And
Don't corner her in. Yeah, don't corner her in.
But that
and
became
don't
one
walk
of our
away.
vows. Like
Yeah.
we learn each other's triggers, and we don't use them against each other
Exactly.
because like we're not trying to like. I'm not trying to not enjoy my
Bruh,
time with
this
my
is my
favorite
best friend.
person
Come
ever.
on,
So as
man.
soon as
Right.
we can squash this, whatever this
We can
is,
be good to go.
let's do that.
Because
Like,
life, there is no good day if we're not good. Like I could get $1 million. Like you know what
No,
I'm saying?
yeah.
If we're not good, I can't be. I'm like, all right, we gotta squash.
And
this
I
shit.
think we perfected the communication early because
Yeah.
we rarely fight now. I think we know each
Man.
other so well, but early we had the big fights and we talked through why they were so
Yeah.
explosive
Right.
and adjusted accordingly. But we're on smooth sailing now, but back in the day we had some hot ones.
Which is totally normal. I feel like you
Yeah.
have to kind of trigger
Totally.
each other
Yeah.
in order
Yes.
to
learn
know
to fight well.
what
Right,
the triggers.
right.
Yeah,
Totally.
Learn how to
Be
fight,
like,
man.
yeah, learn how to fight and then learn what not to. It becomes toxic when you know
Yeah.
what it takes to get this person
Mhm.
pissed and you
Yeah.
do it over and over again.
Totally.
But it's like, okay, I know that if I say this, and that, it's gonna make this even more. I'm just gonna walk away.
Exactly.
So I
Yeah.
even told him too. I was like, listen, when I do that, just know that I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna have a conversation, but I want to have a conversation in a more calm manner. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want to like speak out of emotions.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Right.
like yell and scream at each other because we could and we've done that.
Yeah,
And, I'm like-
so-
and that's
so,
what exactly
yeah.
what happened was like he wouldn't let me like have my space. So he's like, oh man, everything's my fault because you know, and I'm just like, shut the fuck. I'm like, no.
I believe it, bro. I believe you do that shit too. It's all
He
my
al-
fault.
He always says that. That's his thing. He's like, oh, it's my fault. It's my fault. And I'm like,
no, I said is you always want to like give me an attitude and go off, but then when I come say something to you want to go run away because you need to go think about it.
Hey, y'all, this is my best friend B. He off camera. He off camera.
but here's the
Because I'm
thing.
like, no,
It's
you
not
give me
running
attitude,
away.
and then
It's
you go-
that's
then you
that's
go
where
walk
you're
away,
mistaken.
and I gotta go deal with that.
It's not running away. It's me being like, I'm catching my anger right now,
Yeah.
and I'm going to say some shit that I know I will regret
Right.
and I
Yeah.
don't mean.
Yeah.
And so they're
So
doing exactly
I'm
what
gonna
we
gather
need to
my
do.
thoughts. Give me 10
Right.
to 15 minutes
Right.
to take this like heat, and then I want to have the conversation with you. I'm
Yeah.
always gonna
Right.
come back and have the conversation with you, but I'm only gonna have a conversation when I'm not in a psycho mode.
Right.
Right.
Like-
but
That's
also,
right.
I want you to seek me out after when
Yeah.
we're not talking after. I'll talk
Yeah,
to
I
you,
mean,
but,
like,
but come
like
to
check
me.
in. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
But
like,
yeah, which
That'd be
yeah.
that shit though, huh?
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's funny too, cause like I know when I'm mad because I'll be like, nigga, are you? And then I'll be like, yo, she's not even. I gotta chill. I literally just I'm talking to her like crazy,
Granted, like-
call her the N word and stuff like that. I gotta chill. Like, hey, bro, like this. That's not bro.
We put
That's
some
bae.
ground rules, like we don't call each other out each other's name.
Right.
We try not to raise our voices. Sometimes when you're passionate about something or frustrated,
It's
you can't help
passion,
it.
yeah.
But we have refrained since very early.
Hey.
We have refrained since very early in our relationship from screaming at each other because
Yeah.
we realized that was modeled
doesn't
for
do
us, but it doesn't
anything.
do anything for
Yeah.
us. And I just miss him. Like if we're not getting along, I'm not enjoying
Right?
my
You're
life.
just
So
Same.
no,
like, this
let me.
is miserable. I don't want to be
How
here.
did I fuck up? Like, let me feel that
Yeah.
and own that and hear what I'm trying to say. And if we can like come back to an understanding, then yeah.
And she says sorry. That's hella cool that she apologizes. 'Cause
You got to prove how
I say-
I'm
do I say
wrong.
sorry?
we could-
too.
right.
Thank
You
you.
know,
You got to
what I'm
prove
saying?
how I'm wrong before I eat it.
Right.
Okay.
Say sorry.
And
But
it-
now I'm
and that
better.
shit feel
I'm
good
better
too.
for it
It's
now.
like you said sorry. And I'm trying to say, can you say it
Damn,
again?
you really get me.
Yeah.
Can you
It's
say
all
it
about
again?
holding each
I
other-
really gotta go.
holding each other and holding yourself accountable. I
Yeah.
think it's like
Man.
I will
Respect
move
your
on.
partner.
Man.
Like I
Yeah.
will move on once we just hold ourselves accountable
Right.
Yeah.
and just like okay, let's make sure not to act like that again, you know, or whatever it is.
And when I feel understood, when he understands how I got to that place, and you know, that feels
Same.
good. Now he knows everything about me. He can anticipate my mood. He can anticipate how to navigate away from it. He's got me verbatim. Like he knows me. It's been so long. We've had all the conversations. He would know anything you ask.
What advice do you have for me and Brian? We're in our second year.
Yeah.
Just moved in together. Like, this is our first year living together. Like, what advice do you have, like, for us?
Keep talking it out.
Man.
Like, it's
Which I feel
all...
like we're good at. We talk
Right,
about it all the time.
Talk it out.
Yeah.
And as long as you have a mutual respect for each other, which
That's
I
what
know
it is.
you do, I love y'all. Then it's all healthy. As long as you learn to fight well, then you'll get to a place where it's second nature, that you're almost never fighting because you just kind of navigate with that kind of peace and harmony. Unless you're prone to some drama and that's how you love and live your life, then by all means,
like
but
that.
that's
I
not
used
us.
to be like that, but I don't like that.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
not fun.
I realize.
Because I don't like seeing him upset.
No.
I hate him
No.
mad.
Yeah.
It's not fun. And
No.
it's not nice to be
And
around.
I don't like hurting you, and I don't like when you hurt my
Yeah.
feelings. So
like,
no.
why? It's not fun hurting each other.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
this
no.
isn't-
So-
our relationship isn't based off of that.
And I saw that my whole life. That's not going to be my life. So if that's what we're going to do on repeat, then no, thank you. And
Right.
we came correct really early in our relationship. From finances to sex to like what our how we were going to build our family and the
Right.
morals
To
that,
what we-
and
to what we-
values.
what we believe in. Yeah, all that,
There's a lot of
I
alignment.
love you
Shit,
guys so
down
much.
to
You guys
food,
are such a
down
great
to
couple.
And we
Cool.
work together. Granted,
Right.
I imagine that wouldn't work for all
business,
relationships,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we work together as well. And we have this like yin and yang. There's a
Right.
balance of our strengths and our skill set that just work for us. I
She's my
enjoy
manager, yeah, for
I enjoy
acting,
working
yeah.
with you. Like
Yeah.
we have a good time together.
Yeah.
So and we work and we live together, and it wouldn't work for everyone, but I think we're having a good
Partners,
time.
lovers, friends, homies, you know.
Literally, I
all that,
like
man.
never. I used to when I would think about like how people would work with their boyfriends and live with their like boyfriends, whatever, their husbands.
Yeah.
Because I had friends who literally had the same jobs and then they also like lived together, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how the fuck do you guys do that?
Yeah.
And like.
Right.
Granted, me and Brian don't work together, but we both work from home.
Right.
I always
You're in the
call him my
same space.
coworker.
Yeah.
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 We like work from home and
Yeah.
we live together. And I'm like, I'm not tired of you, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
I don't get tired of you, and
Yeah.
now you're the only person I see all the time, especially after
literally.
quarantine. Like, I'm codependent. Like, you're my person. I got to see you all the time. Like,
Right.
I'll miss you heavy if
Yeah.
I don't see you.
Yeah.
And granted, like, the world has shifted so much in the last few years that we do everything together. You know, like
Yeah.
I haven't been to the grocery store in years.
I
Like,
haven't been to the grocery store in
he does-
so
no,
long.
I
And
don't.
if I do,
do
it's only
everything
for a
with
quick
him.
trip for Cheetos or something.
No, bro, I haven't touched a gas pump in like years. Like,
Oh my
he does all
gosh.
this, all
You know,
these things for
He
me.
goes to the grocery store for me too.
Everything.
He does
I
everything.
haven't.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
stop!
yeah,
Really, he does that
yeah.
for you too.
Everything. He does
Coffee.
everything. And he he prepares my coffee, sends me out with like a fresh squeezed juice every morning.
Shut the fuck up,
Bro,
Brazzell.
Bro, it's next level.
I'm all right.
How could I ever go
And he
anywhere
probably
else?
does it with a
There
smile
is
on
no
his
better
face.
place. Yes.
He does it
a
with
kiss.
a smile.
Someone
and a
will call me
kiss.
and be like, hold on, let me get the wife out
Yes.
the door. No.
And he's just like, here you go, honey. Have a great
anything
day at
I
work.
need, anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he's so
Sending me sweet messages throughout the day, like telling me he'll notice like if I have a new outfit on, or he'll just tell me I look cute. And
Oh yeah, Brian loves when I do my makeup.
Yeah.
Or like wear a new outfit.
yeah.
He, like they're
he'll
like
notice
they're,
immediately.
the way that they look at you is so different.
He'll notice immediately.
I'm just like, wow, you think I'm fucking disgusting every day when I
No.
don't wear this shit?
No,
He's
no,
like,
no.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
No,
kidding.
at all
I'm
times.
just being dramatic.
And don't give him
I know he loves me. But
Don't-
he does like look at me differently. Like he's like dating a new chick, you know? It's like, all right.
Look at Bay, you know
I mean,
what I'm
Brazz
saying?
has changed so much. Like, he had waves. Like, Brazz got into a very serious accident 10 days after I met him, and that's actually how I met Brian. Because he told me about his friend B, and so when he was unconscious in the hospital, I'm like texting the only person he's told me about, like, or trying to contact him on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
But literally, I have to go in and identify this John Doe. They don't even know his name. He's all bloody. He was coming to meet my family for the first time when he got in this accident. And I come in to like identify him, right? He's in this brace. He's got blood coming out of his mouth. And I walk up to him.
Glass.
And yeah, he's got glass in his head. And I walk up to him and I'm like,
Glass?
it was miserable. Yeah. And I was like, hey, how you doing? And he goes, hey girl, how you doing? How you doing? And then he goes,
girl, how you-
he goes, how the waves for his hair. That's what he was concerned about. His hair, brushing his hair
How the
forward. Because he
waves.
had, the
Dips.
waves.
He's like
The
glass in his head.
Tsunamis.
Glass.
He's like,
Okay.
how the
Like a
waves,
window
though.
Listen.
shattered into his like skin, and he's concerned about how his hair
The hair
looks.
was so on point, though.
bloodied.
Come on.
Had to have his
To
clothes
this day, he
snipped
like,
off.
he's like has to be
To this
polished.
day.
Now,
Yeah,
yeah, but now his hair's grown out. It's probably
Not the
like
waves, though.
halfway down,
Yeah,
right?
you know what I'm
But the
saying?
waves,
The waves are in there still. You know what I'm saying? Underneath,
no,
but-
a long time ago. He hasn't cut his hair since our wedding. He stopped
Yeah.
right after our wedding,
Wow.
so it's
Wedding day,
very
yeah.
long. And we dyed one of his locks when we found out we were pregnant. So there's a timeline you can see
Oh
like
my
how
God,
long they were
stop.
when we had a RAHM and how
And
long
oddly,
it's grown
and
up
oddly
since
enough
then.
too, like it's my longest lock, but it wasn't
By a lot. It's
because
like
it
this
wasn't
much longer
before,
than the
too.
rest,
Wow.
for whatever
which is so
reason.
strange. But like that one lock is longer than any
Than
of
the
our.
rest.
It goes.
Isn't
It's
that
like
bizarre?
long.
It's
Yeah.
very like this much longer.
It's odd
crazy.
because I'm like,
Yeah.
why is this one longer than? Yeah.
Granted, I didn't tell him when I took out my birth control because I knew Brazz wanted to be a father way before I was ready.
Yeah, how was that conversation? Because we're,
Oh my!
Yeah.
you know what's going on with me and Brian. I'm like, let's have
Yeah.
a kid.
Well, I
And
mean,
he like
we
that.
come on. We had been together like 8 years at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point. Like, I think our families,
Hey, step ready, bro.
and we're the oldest of
I'm
both
ready,
of our
but I'm not
families.
ready. I'm like kidding. I'm like half kidding.
I think that was him too.
Yeah.
That was him
I
too.
know what
Yeah.
you're
like,
saying.
And granted,
Like,
this
I
man
can-
was ready. Like, he was made to be a father.
It's like I was ready, but
yeah.
like I could have
endearing
like,
and
chilled,
loving
too,
and
you know what I'm saying?
intentional.
Yeah.
But like I knew he was ready, and we're both the oldest of our family, so I think our families had given up on us having kids. We'd been together so long and hadn't,
Right.
and I knew that, and so I'm like, okay, well, we decided we're gonna stay in California. We finally have our own place together, and so I went and removed my birth control without telling him, and my doctor was like, yeah, this could take 6 months to a year. I'm like, okay, so I have some time to like ease into it. I was like pregnant the
But
next
she
month.
didn't know that
The
your
next
boy
month.
had them powerful sperms. Baby.
Powerful.
My
It was, like,
blood, they was
immediately, like,
no,
first
no,
bus.
no, no.
Pregnant.
Get to
Pregnant.
the egg. Hey, man,
Oh my
Pregnant.
God. Well,
Pregnant.
he's like a
I
shooter.
can
so feel
remember
like
the
he likes same
time.
thing, too.
I can literally remember the time because I am literally like, oh my God,
Was
oh
it
my
a
God,
lot
he
of-
doesn't know. He
Oh my
doesn't know.
gosh.
Oh my God, I could be getting pregnant. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I'm like,
Oh my God, oh my
that
God,
was
I'm
the
getting
one.
impregnated.
That was the one.
I'm getting impregnated. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I was
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Bro.
And
I was in there.
then I'm just like twiddling my thumbs, and I'm like,
You're like-
damn, I should have had a period. It was like 3 months.
That was you.
That was you.
That was you, bro.
He made it. He made it. He's the one that made it. He's like, yeah. Probably
We're
what-
gonna need
probably
this.
what- probably what- This shit is right here. The real MVP.
Yo, no lie, our life really skyrocketed when he got here. Like,
He's all
Oh.
clapping too. He's like, that
Yo,
That
man.
was you.
major way.
Man,
Literally,
listen.
that was you.
Listen,
Yes.
when Rom was born, like a lot of crazy things happened. to
Yeah, a
us,
lot of things
man.
fell into alignment. Like, we
Like-
got one of our first major financial bags.
Major
Like
bag.
one of our investments
Biggest
came to
bag.
fruition after like several years.
Yeah.
And like him acting and
Yeah, it took
pyramid
off.
happened.
Right.
Just in 2
And
years.
today, what happened today?
Oh my God! Right,
Literally,
right,
right
man.
before we hit record.
Literally,
Right before the
I
show.
can't believe we're recording this
I
because
know.
it's a milestone.
Silence.
We bought
Parenting.
a house as
Yes.
of today.
Thank
So
you.
it's a milestone.
Our realtor
for
hit us
our
up and
relationship.
like, man, come
We
on,
have your
man.
name on it.
Homeowners, man.
Yes. Homeowners.
Yay.
It's been such a journey.
I wish I didn't have to censor his face for that part.
I
when
know,
we were
Right?
I
cheering.
You're so
know,
excited.
yeah.
I'll just give you an
excited.
uncensored version
Please,
of
Thank
how
I
you,
would
yeah,
love
thank
that.
you,
I would
thank you,
love
thank
that.
you.
It's been a journey from like having no furniture in certain apartments to like
Listen.
we at one point we lived in a shed. You saw the
Listen.
shed, a refurnished
She
shed.
lived in a bed. We used to live in her bedroom that was like a not in New York that had an air mattress that was broken. So we had to put
It
we had to put tape on the air mattress. So when
We
we,
were
hear
making it
tape,
happen.
middle of the night, we had to get tape and like lay it down.
Yeah,
because
when you
the
wake up
whole-
in the morning on the floor. That was me when I first moved into my first place
man,
ever.
Listen.
Yeah.
that
That's
was our experience.
Everyone has to go through the air
Oh,
mattress
you have
struggle.
to?
Oh yeah,
when
that
you
was
first
us.
move
Oh, yeah.
out.
in New York having
Yeah.
no money but being so happy.
Yeah.
We just didn't care.
Yeah.
We were,
Man.
we
Yeah.
were making it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, yes,
You
you
know?
know, life.
Yeah.
And you're like on the
Man.
floor because your air mattress can't stay in.
It's
like,
crazy.
And it was disgusting. It was like with roommates who would like And they had dogs, and they would like throw their like dog bed with shit in it in
infested
the like
sheets.
washer and dryer. We were just
There
in a
was shit
situation.
in this.
in it?
Yes.
Yeah, like not even pick it
Oh
off.
my God,
like
Ryan's freaking out.
everyone's
Ooh,
using this
bruh.
collective.
By
Oh my
Rocky
god.
because Rocky shits in his bed, but we take the
New
shit
York
out.
could be a whole conversation. There's so many wild things
yeah.
that we experienced. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But the love is ever growing too, because
Yeah.
people will say like, oh, you have kids and the love goes down from there.
What?
The hell it do?
No.
And I think they're talking about in their marriage, and it sucks because like a lot of people have kids to help their marriage. For us, our marriage was Gucci prior to Rami.
Right.
You know what I'm
Having the
saying?
best
There,
time.
And,
the
like,
love was established.
He
the
was
bond.
he's just an added, like he just an added plus.
Because
But
we got to do the things and travel
Yeah,
and
right,
be
right.
single and do whatever we wanted
Right.
for so long that it was just, we were ready to step into that chapter because we knew
Yeah.
how intentional we wanted to be parents. So we didn't do
Right.
it until we could really be that.
Yeah.
And it has been that so far. You just have to make extra effort for your relationship.
you see it. You see the podcast today, like, and how
Involved.
there's
Because also we don't have anyone
yeah.
locally to help, so he's with us full time even at work.
Right.
So he's with us all
He's
the
with us.
time. So Aram doesn't know anything
yeah.
but being right next to us, which
And
is why
by-
he's in the mix like this.
And by work, like she means like he's on set at times too. Like I'll be shooting commercial,
Yeah.
and they're over there running around because there's no one to watch
That's
them.
what it is.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So
Oh, I wish I could babysit you.
We've been
sometime.
Man,
blessed
listen,
with,
yeah.
partners
Yeah.
and working relationships that understand, and we're grateful. Like y'all. Thanks.
yeah, thanks. You
We
know what
love
I'm
you
saying?
guys so
love
much.
you, man.
Thanks for
Yeah,
rolling with
love
the
you,
punches.
man.
It's been so much fun.
What is he talking about? What you talking
We
about?
have no idea, but we just act like we do.
And he loves his father, which makes me love you so much because I just love
so
you
cool
guys
being
so
a dad.
much.
If you happen to do an episode on fathers, I'll be happy to talk about being a father.
Yeah.
because I love that shit.
It's his
It'll
favorite
happen
thing
when
ever.
he becomes the father.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm ready. Listen, huh?
Oh my god.
When you want to, dog.
The
you know what
I'm
I'm saying?
pregnant episode.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Man.
I can't wait for that phone call.
Oh my god. Oh
Because
my
Brazz
god.
freaking, he couldn't speak for like several minutes when I showed him the test.
Oh
he
my
was
God.
just
Oh wait, I
floored.
saw that video. He
Floored.
was like,
Oh, and then I just
And
cried.
then was like,
Yeah.
oh shit. Like
Yeah,
literally
it got
could
so
not
real.
comprehend.
It was so dope, man. Life got like so real.
I'm like driving home thinking I'm at this point I know I'm pregnant and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going home to change this man's life. Like he has
like
no
he has
idea
no idea
I'm
that he's
coming.
that he's gonna be a
To
father.
tell
Man.
him what he's always wanted to hear. All this like terror and joy and shock
Terror and joy.
just excitement all in one.
Yeah.
I feel
It was
like
really
my
special.
experience might be the opposite. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna not ruin his time, but his anxiety is gonna be very.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
know.
yeah. It's a whole nother experience. Yeah, it's wild. And he was wonderful to me my whole pregnancy and helped me through an unmedicated birth and
Oof.
made it
Ooh,
made
no,
it happen.
no epidural, man.
and now
yeah.
Ram will be 2 next month.
Next
We're
month.
making
man.
it
Crazy.
happen. Yeah,
Rami and June are like they're around the same age.
yeah.
Mm.
My cat.
Junior's a cat.
Little cat,
Yeah, uh-huh,
black cat
Yeah.
with black
Yeah, you're
babs.
black because of your dad.
Yeah, you're black as your dad.
Nah, you get-
That'll be interesting
booty
when he
shame.
realizes we're different colors.
Yeah.
He's like,
Right.
you guys don't match.
Why y'all
Right.
different? Like, doing.
And he's
we
gonna look
gotta
at me and be
have
like, I'm brown like you though. Are
the
you? What are
talk.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. It's been wonderful, and I'm grateful for you. It's been you're the best person I know. Literally, you're the best person I know.
I love
you
the
so much.
love.
Yeah, on every level. I couldn't sing your praises more. So grateful, man.
Well, any
love
last
you.
words to wrap up your guys' love or give advice to anybody who's out there looking for love?
Honestly, I
and
don't really
wants,
have like
you know?
advice because no one's gonna have this.
Yeah.
Like this is even
no one's gonna have this.
Well,
love.
no, because
Straight up.
like,
Don't
like,
even
Unicorns.
try.
They won't
We're unicorns.
because every single love is different, man. Like even y'all, man. Like y'all have your own version
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
what works for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
But Brian definitely like looks at you as how you are as a partner to Amanda.
I appreciate that,
And he
man.
I could see it that he gets inspiration from you
I
for
appreciate
sure.
it, man. I'm
It's
grateful for
next
that, man.
level.
I'm honored, man.
Yeah.
I just
I'm really
I
treated
make
very
my
well.
mistakes, you know what I'm saying, and I love my wife, you know what I'm saying. I love my partner, I love my friend, you know, and
And you're very clear about that.
and
to
I
me
have
and
since
anyone
day
else.
one, you know what I'm saying. I have
Yeah.
since day one. Like
You are
there's
so in love. It's like
It's-
crazy.
yeah,
I don't
man,
never. I
you
don't know what
can't-
it's like to see you not in
you
love.
can't
Right.
hold me,
I've
man.
only-
Yeah, but again, that's why like it's so cool like knowing Brian because Brian has
seen the whole
he
journey.
he knew me prior to Amanda and he knows me post Amanda. So it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like he knows that, you know, if ever we, you know, if we were to go out and hang out at, the club, he already knows, what it is. Like, ain't no, oh, this might happen. No, it
Would you
should
guys ever
happen.
go into an open relationship?
No.
This is
No.
all me.
Yeah.
This is all
Yeah.
mine.
Monogamy for life.
Yeah, man. This
And
is.
you're
I can't imagine that changing, and if him or I
You're
changed
right.
in that
Yeah.
experience, I'm sure we could have a conversation. Just because I always want to hear you out, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't
Yeah.
see it. At least from where we're at in life right now.
Yeah. Like you
Yeah.
guys are like.
I'm
why-
very, very, very satisfied. So yeah. All the cups, all the cups are filled, and I'm so grateful for
Aw.
that. Yeah, it's freaking wild. And you've put the effort to be there. You've grown so much. You're not the man I met 10 years ago.
I'm so glad.
You've put in so much work, and you've grown so much, and I'm so proud of you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm really, really blessed to do life with you. It's a great partnership.
Likewise, man.
Yeah, super, super.
Like, it's
freaking
great to have you.
grateful.
Hey, I'm
It's a
grateful.
little
man.
nod, a little
Yeah.
shake hand. Like,
Yeah.
Grateful.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure
You're-
having you around.
I'm
You're,
grateful, man.
yeah, you're
you're
really
awesome,
wonderful.
man.
I can't wait for the next a million
Next
years.
10, next
yeah,
10,
I
10
tell him like
times
I'm
10
gonna,
times
I'll see you in the next lifetime. Like,
Hell
no,
yeah.
for
we're
sure.
going
Oh,
everywhere.
Yeah.
You're my person. And it's crazy because like throughout our relationship, strangers will stop us to tell us like,
There's something.
Yeah, interesting.
yeah.
and it's happened to us so many times that we're like, no one would believe us, but it's like people feel guided to just
Strangers,
like,
yeah.
whoa, whatever you guys have going
Yeah,
on.
no, your guys'
that's-
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really
on
care
the
for a lot of
subway,
people's
crossing a
relationships.
road, like in the grocery store,
Yeah.
in anywhere, people have stopped us.
It's
and been
it's
like,
the way
"Whoa,
you
you're in
guys
love."
look at each other.
Oh,
And
It's
man.
like it's
I don't even know what's different, bro. I
know because it's your everyday,
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
but you have to like it's just because it's so a part of like who you are in your guys' relationship. It's like to you
Yeah.
it's your everyday, so you're like, I don't understand. We're just looking at each other, but it's
Yeah.
like it's special.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You know,
It's crazy. Like
I love
when we
it, man.
first moved to New York, I saw him be like really aggressive in my defense, and I had never really seen him
Yeah.
aggressive like that. So like just to see how he's kind of
New York.
come to my
rescue a little bit.
he's
Yeah,
just-
it must be hot.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, amazing. I've never had someone do that for me. So he's like
Yeah.
my defender, my safe place, and a place that I've gotten to call home, and that you've really created a safe place for me and now at RAHM. And I like I trust him so much and just believe in the security of our relationship so much that if he were to do something, I would
Right.
have a hard time believing
You'd
it.
be like,
it
"Yeah,
would shock
right."
me.
Man.
It would shock me.
Yeah.
You could like devastate my life because of how much I trust you, and I would just never see it coming. I would need hard proof, and even then I would
Right.
still be skeptical. Like, no,
Right.
that's not Brazz.
that ain't him.
That ain't
Right,
him.
exactly. Like,
That
you can
ain't
see the
him.
text messages.
That
ain't
ain't him.
You can even see
Yeah.
pictures,
That
and
ain't
then
him.
you're like, that
It
ain't
could be a photo. I could see it in real
an
life.
actual photo. I can see
Listen.
the real
She
life.
would invite
You're
whoever
like,
could
no.
invite me to watch it happen. I'd be like, no, there's an
No, there's
explanation
not-
for this.
There's an
Listen.
There's an
explanation.
explanation. Like we're on set or something.
Right,
this is
right,
She
like,
something.
got
this
she
isn't
got
right.
all passwords. She
And it came through a lot of
Yeah,
communication and a
right.
lot of just trusting each other and
Yeah.
vulnerability and
Hell
proving
yeah.
that we're trustworthy with each
and
other's
it ain't
heart.
worth it, bruh. Like I don't like it just cheating just sounds like a headache, and me having this anxiety,
A headache.
I would die.
He's like,
I
I'm stressed
would die. I
anyways.
like, bruh, ain't no
Yeah.
way. Look, bruh, ma'am, you are a delight.
Or
I
even
can talk
just to be
you.
jealous of like you checking out another person, like if you realize another person was good looking.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
And which we do,
It's just-
like,
Yeah,
you know,
but we do
and-
that
yeah.
together. We're just
Yeah,
like,
like,
oh, look at how
because
gorgeous.
it's funny because like she'll see it, and I'll either have saw it, but like not really like looks. I'm like, oh no, I didn't even, oh you mean her? I had no idea.
But also, I check out girls
Right.
too, so or dudes. I don't know. I
Yeah.
would I don't
just
know.
check out everyone.
Yeah.
I know we do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because there's couples out there like I don't even want you looking at this other person
Couldn't
or
be
another
me.
person or the
Couldn't
girl.
be me.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like there's not worth fighting
No.
over that because
No.
there's just so many parts
No.
that should be
Like,
great in a
someone-
relationship. Like something like that shouldn't matter.
some guy asked me one time, you know, when you get married, man, like, do you still like not necessarily like look women, but like do women still turn you on? And I'm like, yeah, you don't turn like
Like you're like I'm a human being.
like
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like,
and your shit don't just turn off. Like no, of course not. But like you don't
act on it.
You don't gawk, man.
Yeah.
You look, appreciate, cool,
Notice.
keep pushing, bro. But
Yeah.
like I'm not the dude like I'm with his friends. Like, oh, you see a girl? I'm not. Don't invite me to that shit, man.
Brazz
I
be
mean,
like, because we practice yoga regularly together, and he's like, Nope, I won't even position myself. I
don't like it. I don't. Yeah,
I'll be in the front
Look.
row. I'm not trying to
right.
make anyone even feel like they might be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't like standing behind women sometimes, or like
Yeah, putting yourself in a position.
It's just,
You
but
were
it don't look good.
Yeah.
But then again, Rami, wow. But then again,
Mama.
so like I'm an actor, so like today actually on set I had to like kind of play like a husband type thing, but
Yeah,
like
he be having all types of different wifeys on set.
but like
Yeah.
not even so, but it hasn't turned into a thing yet though, so that's good. Come on, bruh.
Yes, he wants to go outside.
Aram, come on, come on.
Over here.
So yeah, but like I'm always like curious, like of the day that my career calls me to like be an actual like romantic person like on screen.
Right.
Like if my heart could do it, like what I'm saying? 'Cause
Right.
shit,
Imagine.
if I couldn't do it back in the day as a single dude,
you're
you think
intimate.
as an actor I'm gonna be okay? You know?
Yeah.
Like it's I don't.
Like,
It's gonna be so weird, man. Like,
Yeah.
but then again, you gotta remember, like, this is paying for our life. So,
right.
like, selling phones at Apple, man, you're gonna have to get in the zone.
Get into character. Get into character.
And we'll cross that bridge when we have to, man. So,
Yeah. Yeah, no, we don't struggle with jealousy.
Nah.
But
Yeah, we don't either.
Shit,
We
I'm cute.
definitely
She
don't.
cute.
hella
bruh.
cute.
We're a cute couple,
I've been
man.
trying to make money off
Yeah.
this face for like 10 years now.
I've seen
Like,
people,
what's up?
guys with like cat call and shit. I
He
was
got the
like,
yams.
man.
I get it.
Hey,
I get
listen,
it.
man. Can
Well,
I get to the yams?
He got the yams.
I know, like you just got like hit on outside, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
That
wow.
never happens to me. I never get hit on. I
never
was
get hit on
shocked.
too
He
anymore.
when he honked, I was like, oh, what? I didn't do anything wrong. He was like,
That's
no,
a
it's because you're
sweetheart.
cute.
It's
I was
'cause
like,
you're
oh,
cute.
Yeah, it's like,
that didn't even cross my
You're an
mind.
attractive woman.
I literally, yeah, I didn't. That didn't cross my mind at all. That's so
Yeah.
funny.
all good.
No, people don't hit on me. I'm in
And
the
one
house.
last question: how was Brian before he met me?
Honestly,
It's like a
like
little selfish
I can't even
moment for
like
a
I can't even
second.
I can't even lie to you, Steph. Brian hasn't really changed up, man. Like Brian,
He's the same.
because he's always been
Yeah.
like the same genuine like good dude.
A good dude.
I haven't
yeah.
known I haven't known Brian to like dog out anybody, especially women. You know what I'm saying? So like he wasn't like some man whore prior to you. Like I would like I
But he was
It's a
still
lot.
figuring out his life,
Right.
you know?
Yeah,
he
as
was
we all were.
yeah, there were ups and
Sit down.
downs. The core
Nope.
of who he is
Rami, sit down.
is good. He's always been a great and wonderful and present friend to us, but at the same time like struggling with life. Life is really heavy and difficult and can bring us, even good people, into very dark spaces. And
Right.
so to watch him navigate those things was challenging. You know, someone that has such a good heart be so broken. But now there's you're lighter. Yeah, there's
Oh
some
nah, you the
I like
man,
kind of
bro.
I like wanted to cry right now. Like,
Yeah,
oh, keep it
nah.
together.
there's some lightness to you nowadays, and you've stepped into
Man.
a bit of healing, and you had to do that intentional work, which was difficult to watch you go through as well. But it's nice to see you not on the other side, right? Because we always have this room for growth, but like to see you not quite in the dark and depth that had existed at a different point in life, and to see that there is love and light filled because of you for so many other reasons, for sure, but widely because of you.
Yeah.
And to
Oh my
see him
God.
fall in love
And
with you.
I could have sucked too. Like
To
I
see
could've-
him fall in love with you for real and to know him and know how
Yeah.
he talked about you, I'm like, oh damn, this
man.
is real.
Oh, that was
I've
real.
seen this before.
Man.
Like
Aw, he like
Man.
turned
this
into
man,
Brazz.
because I'm team breakup. I'm not here for the
Yeah.
bullshit. If y'all aren't like,
Yeah.
just call it, you know.
Right,
but
right.
this man had something very real for you,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn.
Like from jump,
Brazz and I
from
are
jump.
looking at each other like, even before it was very. You
I'm
hadn't.
gonna cry, you guys.
Oh,
Like,
man.
Oh no,
Oh,
we are looking
man.
at each other like, oh shit, he found his
He's in
wife.
love.
Right.
That's his
Oh
wife.
man. Oh, I'm sorry.
cry.
Immediately.
Immediately, before
Yeah.
y'all were even together,
Right.
before
How
you're in a
annoying.
relationship, how he felt about you was
Yeah.
like how Brazz was like immediately off top, and
Yeah.
then to meet you and just to learn who you are, I'm
Man.
like, oh shit,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is
Shut up,
this
That's
is her.
Forever
This
right
is
there.
her.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
that's
wanna
And now
dope,
we're
right?
just watching your
Cry.
guys' relationship unfold similarly to ours like 8
It's
years
dope,
ago.
man.
It's like we're just
Yeah.
eating popcorn
It's-
at the drama.
I'm
'cause, like,
watching it like
we're watching you navigate these things that we know you're gonna make it through, but you guys in that moment doesn't feel like it all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no,
It's like
this is
watching
comedy.
it's like watching the actors on TV, but like the actors
Are
Right.
telling
you know what
like
I'm
a
saying?
story
Yeah, you know
that
what
was
I'm
like
saying?
ours, and
Oh, we love it.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
God.
But no, I
I'm
could
so
be.
proud of y'all.
I couldn't be more happier for my friend. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Like, especially
You've
like,
made him so
oh
Could
man,
have sucked.
Oh,
I turned
You
out,
could have
I-
sucked.
you
could
could have.
sucked,
We all
but
suck a little
hell,
bit, but
so could he have. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
and you didn't. You became
your entire podcast
Man.
took a turn because of
him.
what
man,
happened.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Your brand, your baby, your
Yeah.
brainchild
Yeah.
shifted away from the original type of, content because
I
of...
mean, it's like it's still there, but it's like
no, yeah, of course.
it's showed growth
It does.
because of
What you learned
Yeah.
through
Right.
the early phases of your show, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm proud
Yeah.
of both of you.
Yeah, definitely.
I've
man.
seen it, and in a way, we've known you for about 6 years, but really gotten to know you in the last 2 since you guys have been
Yeah.
in a relationship. And
Mm.
I'm just so proud of y'all and want you to know, like, we are here for you and we're supporting you. This shit is
Always.
not easy,
Listen,
but it's
bruh.
worth it. It's
Yeah.
for real to
Yeah.
invest in your relationship the way that I know you intentionally do, and you talk this shit out and you respect each other and you love each other and you make sacrifices to make this a real life thing, and I'm hella proud of that. Hella proud.
Thank you. Yeah.
Y'all
No, it's
doing
great to
it.
have you guys as like
Man.
the older example of like, you know what I mean?
Thanks.
Like,
Older.
not older, 'cause we're like the
Yeah.
same age,
Yeah.
but because you guys have been
Right.
together, the
Yeah.
relationship is older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But like,
Damn.
just having that,
Appreciate it,
you
man.
know,
Yeah.
as an example. I think especially for him.
Yeah.
I think he
I'm
really
loving
like
watching
looks
it.
at Brazz as a
Man,
Unfold.
grateful.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
Grateful,
it's
grateful.
amazing.
Guys. It's because I'm on my period.
Nah.
No,
you're
it's
good.
because it's real and amazing and
It's because
authentic.
it's sweet,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because lovers are gonna
Sentimental.
love,
Hilarious,
okay?
man.
Look, we're all just doing the best with what we got, right? we're all
Listen, bruh,
healing
we're
our
here.
inner child,
We're
and
here.
we're
For
all
sure.
learning from our mistakes and trying to put love into the world as best we can. And
Yeah.
growth,
Yeah.
growth, healing hurts,
Healing
but
does hurt.
here we are, hurting
Yeah.
and healing.
For
It's worth
real.
it. It's worth it. I love who I am more today than
Oh man.
any day before then because of the work
Hands down.
I've put in. So
All right.
grateful. Thanks for inviting
Thank
us.
y'all.
Of course.
Seriously,
Thank you for
man.
coming
Thank you so
out.
much.
Bye. I'm leaving.
Isn't that crazy? He
Yeah.
knows like the shift in conversation.
The shift in conversation. He's like,
Yeah.
all right, end of
Oh, it's winding
conversation.
down.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
It's winding down.
Right,
Yeah.
it's winding
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
But
Man.
yeah, no, I'm like, thank you guys for making your trip
Nah,
out here to the
thank you
Bay
so much,
to
man.
do this.
Listen, bro.
I was excited. I was like, I really wanted to do an episode about your guys' relationship because one, like, I always ask Brian about it, and I'm like, why don't I just talk to them?
We appreciate you,
You
so
know,
much.
so I was like, let's just record
Yeah,
it.
man.
and we get it. We can sound a little annoying or cliche
Yeah,
or
right,
whatever.
yeah.
But
No, but
that's
like
our
that's the
shit.
thing.
You know
Like
what
I
I'm
don't.
saying?
But it's like believable. There's like times where like I've seen couples do it, and it just seems almost like they're masking something.
Mm.
Like I think that like it doesn't. It feels so genuine.
Thanks.
You know.
It is.
So
It
and I would
is.
never
Man.
bring on a couple on here to fake
I ain't
anything.
got
Like
shit to
this
hide,
is
bro.
just such
Yeah,
a
man.
This is the life
Oh,
we
fish.
yeah.
This is the Rami we have.
As we hear, I'm rah,
yeah.
rah,
It's
it's
a
not
little dinosaur.
like,
Yeah. You've got now
Right.
Yeah.
and a Ram My Camry cameo the whole time.
Yes.
A Ram My Camry.
yeah.
Yeah. Wild. So crazy. I can't believe we're on also. Thanks.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
I love you
Fangirling
guys.
this moment.
Pro girl therapy, man.
And we didn't even talk about sex.
We didn't even talk about
I was kind of excited about it, but okay,
Ne-
no sex
next
for
time.
us.
Next time, part
Next
2, we'll
time.
talk about
Part
your
2,
sex.
sexy time.
Oh,
Is
boy.
that weird? Like Brian, Brazz, you guys talk about like your sex life with us?
Never.
Never?
Because she asked me, I'm like, that's. It's.
Oh, you asked me, asked him about our sex life?
No.
Wait,
She
asked-
asked me if we talk about
Oh,
like.
okay.
And
I
I'm
was
like, nah.
you did.
I think it was like for me, it's like a respect thing. I guess like I don't know
Yeah.
like because I don't want to pry, but also I don't like that's y'all, man. That's y'all's business. You know what I'm saying? And again, I listen to your show. You know what I'm saying? But like I don't
Isn't
listen
that
to
so cute?
everything.
Yeah.
Just because I
Like,
want to
it's
like
worth- I think
yeah.
I think you could still talk about it because I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
and I get you. And I know,
yeah.
like I understand, but I also think it's like I think it's okay to still talk about it
And we
because
should,
like
because it is
Yeah.
taboo.
Oh,
it's,
yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
like to be like, oh man, what did you learn? Like
Yeah.
you know, like
I'll do it. Yeah.
And
I'll
it would
do
be
it,
so
yeah.
curious to like cover what it was like coming from like a conservative background for both of us and like exploring what that experience was like. Okay.
All right, well, where can people find you? Plug
Oh, go
yourselves.
ahead,
Oh my
bro.
gosh. My personal Instagram it's pronounced Arrow, but it's actually spelled a hero, AHERO_. Did I spell that right? Yeah, Arrow. And then our business is RAHM, RAHM_creative. That's your name.
that's you.
Stands for Real Authentic Human Media. That's our little media group. And
Oh yeah, I'm just Brazz, JUST_BRAZZ like jazz.
Just Brad.
he's got a jingle for it. He's got a
Right, I
jingle
was
for
just
it.
saying, I like how
you
the
know.
Because they'll be like Brad, and he's like, no, bro.
No,
two
Brazz,
Z's,
double
no
Z,
D, like
double
jazz.
Z.
You
I
did.
get
So it
that.
comes with a
Yeah.
jingle. He's cool.
True.
You know,
I'm all right, man.
he's an actor, so
See,
you
I was
can, you
having
can get a
explaining myself
jingle.
too with
Yeah.
my name. It's like it's F as in Frank. You know?
Right.
So. Anyway.
Oh, find me on Hulu. Hulu, $100,000 Pyramid, season 6, episode 6. Holla at me. Just saying.
Okay,
Shout
do
the
it
game
again.
show.
Wait, I'm gonna put the link in the
Do
description
the
so they
thing.
can
Go
like
ahead,
oh
go
my
ahead. I
God.
got you. Because you
watch
see it for
the
free.
episode.
Yeah, you can watch it for free on abc.com.
I
So
think
I'll
it's
send it to
episode
you.
6.
Yeah, send it to
Yeah.
me. That's
Episode 6, season
hilarious.
6. Oh yeah, man. We out here, baby.
And then you'll see how Cedric the Entertainer held
Ah,
us
yeah,
down.
we are.
Yeah,
we are
he
okay.
did not.
We are
Blah, blah,
okay.
blah, 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 blah.
God is good. We blessed. Thank you, Steph, so much, man. Appreciate
I
you.
love you guys. Thank
Love you, love
We
you,
love you, and Ron
Bye.
loves you.
Bye-bye.
Wait, let me plug myself first.
Yeah, plug Steph.
You want to plug me?
Say that's Tita Steph.
All right, you can follow me, Stefanie Maegan, or go to brocotherapy.com. All that shit is there. Okay, bye.
Oh,
Oh my God, we rambled and we sidetracked and we went everywhere, and that was great.
Growth therapy.